Everyone's attention is drawn to the night sky. It's pitch black, right? It's a very dark, cold night. But you see something in the air. Something is falling in the sky. If you have a nature check or insight, you can give me that. You've heard of rocks that might have fallen from the sky before. They contain precious metals that people can get from it, things like that.
Meteoric iron.
That's basically what your character has perhaps heard of rumors before and clicks that this could be one of those things. It's burning up. You see fire and flame and stuff like that. So it gives a brief, almost like a shooting star appearance as
a flare.
Like a flare.
Sign. Flare is at peace.
It lands in what you presume to be in the spine of the World Mountains.
Vellynne looks completely transfixed on this object as it falls, as it goes through the sky.
It is a sign that flare is at peace.
Hopefully.
All right. Welcome to Tabletop Bob. That little intro is going to be a bit of a sort of a prologue to tonight's adventure, which I am not going to say out loud. But if you're here from the Rime of the Frost Maiden DMs group or the Discord group that I posted in, welcome. If you're seeing this on YouTube well after we've streamed it, then you know what this is going to be about. But my players do not. So, and I've told them all not. I've told them all to stay away from the chat, to stay away from YouTube entirely. They do not know what is about to happen to them. If this is your first time to the channel, welcome. This is a special one-shot, so you don't need to necessarily have known everything that happened in our campaign so far in Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frost Maiden, but we do have 23 episodes up on YouTube that you could check out. My name is Bob. Welcome, and I'm going to introduce the group in just a moment, but I will say a couple of things before we start. This is our normal group, except we are missing Stefano tonight. We have Dasha filling in, who's reprising her role of Vellynne Harpell, the wizard from the Arcane Brotherhood. So we're going to do some quick introductions, and then we're going to get right into the game here, because this is a one-shot, so we want to get it all done before it gets too late for Andrew here. All right? Perfect. All right, so let's start. You know what? I'm not going to start with Joey tonight. We're going to actually start with Andrew. We cannot start with Joey. We don't want to start off on the wrong foot. So let's go with Andrew first. Andrew, why don't you introduce your character?
All right. I'm Wilbert the Wallard, but you can call me Bert. I'm a human barbarian. I'm from Targus, but they weren't cool enough, so I went to stay with the reindeer people. Now I'm back, and now I'm back. Yeah, shut up. Yeah.
Excellent. So we got a barbarian who has spent some time with the ragged nomads out in the tundra. Then we're going to switch it over to CJ.
Greetings. My name is Xerox, and I'm going to be playing tonight as your guide through the lands of the 10 towns tonight. Xerox.
It's good to have Xerox back. CJ played in my Curse of Strahd campaign a few years back, and this was his character, and every single night he brought that voice. So I'm very, very happy to hear it again.
I just got out of Barovia. It's really scary there, guys. Don't go there.
That's right. Don't go to Barovia. And we're going to go up to Joey.
Hi, I'm playing Winona Strider. Based off of a historical figure, Julie Giovanni. Highly recommend you check out this person's Wikipedia page. It is crazy. It's like legitimately insane. She burns down like a monastery. It's amazing. Anyway, after performing in Waterdeep, I went to a party and wanted to dance with this fine young lady. Only her suitors did not take too kindly to it, so they challenged me to a duel. Now they are dead, and I am on the run. And I find myself in Waterdeep.
In Icewind Dale.
No, Icewind Dale.
Yes. So Winona, she's a rogue, correct?
No, fighter, battle master.
Oh,
I know.
well then. That would be nice to know so that I could put it up on the stream that way.
Well, she's rogue-ish.
It's okay, Joey. I'll just change the whole overlay right now while we're.
I mean, she's a rogue
introducing.
to like her society. I don't know.
Right, of course. All right, and then finally, Dasha, I gave you a little bit of an introduction, but can you perhaps explain who you are?
Mm-hmm. I am Vellynne Harpell. I am a member of the Arcane Brotherhood, and I am happy to be here with these new adventures, these new characters. I'm a wizard, if I haven't said that already.
Yes, and that's actually important here because Vellynne, this is taking place in our campaign setting of Icewind Dale, Rime with Frost Maiden, but these are brand new characters. Whatever happens tonight in this one shot will affect the outcome of the actual campaign with their normal characters, and anything that happens is canon. This is going to be official Tabletop Bob Rime of the Frost Maiden content. All right, so now Joey, you're now a fighter officially. It says it on the stream, so it's true.
Dylan, it's on the internet.
It's on the internet. Yep.
Gotta reach.
Okay, so for a variety of reasons, this group has headed to Dugan's Hole, which is the setting for tonight's game. We are going to be using the Roll20 screen, so I'm going to switch over to that in just a moment. But we are not going to be using battle mats for this. I think it's going to be a little challenging to run this as on a grid. So we're going to use Theater of the Mind here. But I think it's going to be important for the Roll20 screen to be up so that you can see where in Dugan's Hole people are and the location. So I'm going to switch people over to there right now, and then we're going to start the game. Any last comments or questions from the rest of you? You excited? You ready to see what's going on here?
Not at all.
All right, let's do it. Here we go into Icewind Dale. Okay. All right, there we go. Perfect. So, everyone, we're going to start focusing in on Vellynne Harpell. Vellynne, it's been snowing quite a bit over the last few days. You've been kind of in and out of the towns, but you're headed to Dugan's Hole. And as you've been traveling, you have your own sled dog team, but you have quite a crew with you. You have kobolds that are kind of following with you. You have your familiar, your owl, your snowy owl. So you have quite a crew with you, but you've been traveling with these sled dogs, and it's been rough traveling because of the heavy snow. So you've had to go at a pretty, snail's pace. And you're about a mile away from Dugan's Hole, the most southern town in the 10 towns, when you see ahead of you a Battlehammer dwarf wagon. Now, for those of you who don't know, a Battlehammer dwarf are the group of dwarves that live in this area, and they are often traders bringing supplies and even food throughout the 10 towns. Except this wagon is stopped completely. In fact, you can see it ahead of you. It's taken on probably nearly a foot of snow at this point. What do you do?
I'm going to send my snowy owl up to investigate what's going on there.
Okay, so the owl heads up, getting as good of a view as it can. But again, it is still dark. It's about to become light from the aurora, but that still hasn't set in yet. So it's only maybe just 10 o'clock in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
But from what the owl can see, it doesn't seem like there's any other wagons. This isn't a caravan. It's one lone wagon, and it's completely stopped.
Mm-hmm. Is there anything moving in or outside of the wagon, or any maybe can sense like heat from bodies? Does it look like anyone's there?
None from your owl's view. No.
Okay. All right. I will cautiously approach the wagon. How far is it from me right now?
I'd say you're coming up on it. Maybe in a few rounds you'd reach it. maybe a couple hundred feet away.
Okay, I'm gonna approach it very cautiously.
Okay, so you could maybe come at it from a wide angle so that you can see the entirety of it before getting too close. The one thing that you notice when you get close is that there are no animals pulling it. Normally in this type of weather, with this type of a large wagon, there would be polar bears pulling it. There seems to be no animals, no people, but it does look like it's full.
Any tracks leading up or away from it?
It's a good question, but it's been so heavy with snow, it's just finally letting up, that even if there were, they'd be long gone.
Okay. When I get close enough to it, maybe 20 feet away, where I'm close that I could see, but I'm still not too close that I could get surprise attack from it, I'm going to have one of my kobolds go and investigate.
Okay, and you have names for your kobolds, right?
Yes, I do. I do indeed.
Okay. Which one do you want to send out?
I'm going to send Ivan.
I knew it was going to be Ivan. I knew it.
Ivan.
All right, so Ivan asks you what you would like to look for.
Mm-hmm. Ivan, see if there are any bodies, remnants of bodies, people maybe still alive.
Okay. And he runs up to the wagon and he kind of kicks the tires, kicks the wheels. I guess it would be a sled. So he kicks the sled and he hops up on it and he starts to kind of brush away some of the snow. And he says, "Lots of crates, lots of cases." Do you want him to open any?
I think at this point I'll approach with the rest of the kobolds as well and maybe help him open one if it's possible to open them.
Yeah, so the team of kobolds and you get onto this wagon, and again, there's nothing, no movement, no heat. There's no animals. It just looks like an abandoned sled at this point. You open up a couple of the crates, and you find a bunch of different food supplies that are now frozen solid. Whether they were dried foods or fish, they are frozen completely. There's a bunch of tools, climbing gear, things that you, in fact, might want, things that you might need for your upcoming expedition. There's a bunch of cold weather clothing, and then there's one case that you brush off the snow, and it says, "Caution, explosives."
I'm going to leave the explosives case for now, but I'm going to, whatever I can gather in terms of food supplies that we may need, or cold weather clothing, climbing gear, anything like that that can fit onto my sled, I'm going to have my kobolds start to kind of transport it over. And then as they're doing that, I'm going to maybe do an investigation check on the explosives case.
Sure. Yeah. No need to do investigation because you can open it up. You can see that there are 6 long sticks, some material that you're not sure exactly what it's filled with, but you would assume this is some sort of explosive powder.
Mm-hmm. Do they look like I could safely transport them? They won't just go off by themselves?
Give me a intelligence check.
Okay.
To be honest, you have no idea, but they do appear pretty cold and frozen just like everything else. So if you know, the common sense thing would be, even with a nat 1, a common sense thing would be don't jostle them, don't light them on fire.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I will very carefully take them, maybe packing some snow inside as well, if there's room in between them, just to kind of cushion them. And I will very carefully place it on my own sled to transport it into town.
And so you're packing that carefully onto your sled when one of the other kobolds calls over to you and says that he found something.
I'll go up to him and see what he found.
Which one's this?
This will be... I have so many. This will be Alexei.
Alexei. He says that he found a boot. I found a boot.
What kind of boot? Human? Would it be
I don't know.
human?
A big one. And he holds up the boot with a leg still attached to it. The leg looks like it goes into the snow on top of the crates. So it looks like it's still attached to something.
I'm going to immediately run over and start kind of brushing the snow away. As I'm
Yeah,
doing
so
that,
once you take away... Yeah, so once you take away all the snow, you kind of uncover the face of a frozen Battlehammer dwarf.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a medicine check.
Mm-hmm. Let's see.
Seven. Well,
Going too well.
you don't know what exactly killed him, but he's frozen solid.
What is his facial expression?
It looked like he was chattering his teeth.
Okay. No expression
So-
of like fear or horror or
Well,
anything
hard to tell, but he was in like a fetal position, basically, just like this, like he was, and he was, chattering his teeth. So he just looked very cold, excruciatingly cold, and that's the face he kept when he died.
Okay. So I'll say perhaps this man froze to death. What a horrible way to go.
Yeah.
Does he have any valuables on him? Anything that could be useful to me?
There might be about 20 gold pieces worth of valuables.
Mm-hmm. I'll take it.
Okay.
Can
Alright,
I
so
dig
you pack
around and
up-
see if there's any other bodies or?
You can thoroughly remove the snow at this point because it's not snowing much anymore, and you can see that there's no more bodies, just this one guy.
Okay.
Yep. So after packing up as much materials as you possibly can, you head off to Dukin's Hole.
Mhm.
All right. Now we're going to switch over to Andrew. Andrew,
Hello.
you hear screams all around you. Incoming! Get down! I've got you now! Your opponent is targeting you. What's your armor class?
I believe 17.
17, okay. Your opponent, ooh, I rolled a nat 17, strikes true. You see the projectile flung through the air, coming right at you. I'm going to let you make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay, great. So I have danger sense, so I have advantage.
There, I will definitely give you that for sure.
Oh, where's the advantage ticker on this thing? Oh, never mind.
Oh, you could just roll it twice. It's fine.
I'll just do it now.
Whatever's easier.
I rolled twice anyway. 17.
Oh, it's close. It's close, but just not enough. You are struck square in the face with a leather ball, similar to like a dodgeball or a kickball. You're hit square in the face, and you fall off of a crate that you were standing on, and you fall flat in the snow. The 13-year-old girl, who is your opponent, who is now standing on top of your crate, looks over at you and says, "Better luck next time," as all the rest of the children that you are playing a game with are erupt in laughter. You are playing the traditional Goliath game of Goat Ball. When you entered the town, you saw the kids playing, and you know this game because you spent time with the nomads out in the tundra, and you played many matches against many fierce Goliaths. So you are very happy to play. But this one young girl named Allie, she introduced herself to you and got you to play with them. Her team has beaten you now in the last 2 games of the set. What do you do?
I'm going to secretly make a snowball when they're not looking.
Okay. And are
I'm
you
gonna
going to throw it?
Stand up really fast and throw it really hard in a gut.
Okay, give me a range attack and a no proficiency for snowball.
Okay. Take the left one.
So a 9.
9
when you
plus-
throw
well,
this snowball,
9 is 4. It's actually a 7.
a 7. Okay. So you throw the snowball and it goes wide. In fact, Allie doesn't really even need to do much as she was turning in to walk away, she sees the snowball just fly by her, and she ignores it completely, and she kind of sticks out her tongue at you and says, "Don't be a spoil sport. We won fair and square." Do you have any?
I just say, "Aye, you did, girl, but I'll get you next time."
Yeah, so you've been playing for the last maybe half an hour with these children in Dugan's Hole. You're on Main Street. I'm actually going to bring that up from the... Yeah, so you can... Yeah, perfect. I'm going to bring this to the map layer so you can see where you are located. So I assume you can see your token, right? That I put down? Yeah. Okay. So move your token back to Main Street right here. Yep, perfect. Okay, so that's where you're playing. You're playing in the middle of these streets with the kids. There are 5 children. You are the 6th player, so it was teams of 3. I'm going to list the children for you, okay? You don't need to remember everything about them, but I just want to just give a brief description. So Allie is the one that is just kind of knocked you out of the game. She's the oldest of the group. She's rather outspoken. She's very athletic, but she does seem like she's kind and friendly to everyone. She only seems to pick on you. Then there's Henry, who's only 7. He's Allie's younger brother. He complains a lot about the game being unfair. Then you see Susie. Susie has darker features. She's more of like a Wednesday Addams type character. She'd rather be reading a book or doing something else. She seems very uninterested and is sarcastic about the game to begin with. Then there's Murray. Now, Murray is also 13, but he's not that athletic. You can tell that he's really only playing because he has a crush on Allie. No doubt. All right? And then the last kid you're playing with, his name, well, at least his name is Peter, but the kids just call him Pickle. He's 12. He's the tallest of the kid. And he gained his name not because he likes pickles, but because he ends up picking his nose quite often. He's pretty big and strong, but he's not as coordinated. All right. So these are the kids, and you had. We lost Andrew. Oh no. Well, we're gonna get Andrew back in just a moment.
In the meantime, though, of those kids to just like, we're gonna cement this into your identity. That's pretty fucked up.
In the meantime, I'm going to go to the wait screen so we can get Andrew back, but I'm sure he'll be back very soon. All right, we're back. Just had a little technical difficulties, but Andrew's back. So Andrew, so the kids are all playing, and they say one more round, and they're going to get you back in. You're going to try to redeem yourself. You've played with some of the best Goliaths in the Spine of the World Mountains that have taught you to play the game. You feel like you could beat these kids.
I can beat these kids. All right, who's on my freaking team?
Right. Well, unfortunately, you've had Pickle and Wednesday Addams, and they don't seem to be too excited about being on your team. So, okay. So we're going to go to Joey next. Winona.
Hey.
Winona. You hear a blaring, insidious laughter of the Frost Maiden, Oriel herself. And that's all you can focus on. It's so loud and so deafening that that's really all you're looking at right now. Although it seems like for the past week or so, all you've been hearing is things going on and distractions to what your true goal might be. However, you're brought back to reality when Valturg, the convenience store owner, pulls you away from looking at his cuckoo clock that looks coincidentally just like the Frost Maiden. Once the clock strikes is done striking 11, the sound, the mocking laughter of the Frost Maiden ends, and the clock goes back to normal.
I asked the owner, why the hell do you have that clock?
It was a gift. What am I gonna do?
Terrible gift.
Yes, but I'm trying to sell it. Are you interested?
No, not ever will I ever be interested in that damn clock. I like saying, like, just like my head is still ringing.
Yeah, so it's an ugly clock, and it was such a hideous. It's got an owl-shaped head, kind of like the Frost Maiden that you've seen on the cover of the book, and the
How
rest
much
of
is
it is
I ask.
how much?
Yeah.
It's a family heirloom.
It's garbage. How much is it?
No less than 50 gold. No less.
We'll give you 5 copper to destroy it.
Now, no need to get argumentative here. Look, are you gonna buy it or what? And he talks
no.
about the climbing gear that you were actually here to buy. Valturg's is, I'm gonna put this on the map as well so you can see it. But Valturg's is, I guess, humorously named Valturg's Inconveniences, although it is the only sort of convenience store in the town. I'll label it on the map so you can see it. There you go. So you're right there. That's where you are. Valturg is a dwarf, a battlehammer dwarf, and he runs this kind of like one-man operation. It's one of the largest buildings in Dugan's Hole, and now that you've stayed at Dugan's Hole for about a day now, you know that most of the town, it's kind of like a ghost town. There are only maybe 40 residents at this point. Even before that, it was still a small town. In fact, if you look at the map on Roll20, Main Street is really the only occupied street at this point. There is the Watch Post, which is across the street from Valturg's. You can see I'll label that. The Watch Post, which is also the Speaker's house, is right across the street. And really, once you get closer to the docks, is where the boats would have been. There would be a lot of action on the docks, but the lake is frozen over almost entirely. Redwaters is one of the smaller lakes, so it is the smaller of the 3 lakes, so it's almost completely frozen. Ice fishing is the last resort. Any questions?
Yeah, like so I'm just here to buy like the climbing equipment.
Yeah, because you know you're gonna have a long journey and you need to get some gear before heading out.
Yeah. After like losing like all my focus, I like gain it back, and like I really do need that climbing equipment. I say to the owner.
He says, "Of course you do. Of course you do. You can't go into the mountains without climbing gear. That'll be 15 gold for the entire set. You won't find a better set of gear this side of the Redwaters. Of course, you are in Dugan's Hole, the only town on this side of the Redwater, but doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. 15 gold. What do you say?"
10.
Give me a persuasion check.
Can I intimidate him?
You could.
Alright. Wait, wrong character. Actually, screw it. Nah. I'll do a persuasion.
Gotcha. So Valturg, which I'm showing on the screen right now, is actually art that was created in the Icewind Dale Facebook group. It was posted there by the artist Chaim Golem, and I have the art link down below so you could check out their stuff. But you can see here, this is what Valturg looks like. He's a salesman, no doubt. All right, so what was your persuasion check?
7.
A 7. Valturg says, "Listen, because I'm a friend, of course.
Of course.
I will reduce the price to 12 gold, and you've got a deal."
Fine. And I slam it on the table.
Okay, great. You'll be happy with this, and he shoves the gear across the counter. Now, this is a big store. it's a big store, mostly a convenience store, but he dabbles with kind of everything: food, tools, gear, weapons, things like that, and a bunch of
Ugly block.
oddities. Oswald, a local fisherman, enters, and he says, "Hi, Valturg. Can I have some bait?" And Valturg says, "You're gonna catch the big one today, right?" He says, "I've got just the thing for you." And he brings out a case, and it says explosives on the top. And he opens it up, and you can see 2 sticks of some sort of container with powder in it. And he says, "You could break the ice up with this stuff, Oswald. I'm telling you, it's going to be great. You'll be reeling in the fish." Obviously, they're going back and back at this point. But what draws
as he starts shaking the stick of dynamite in his hand,
he does. Yes, he's like holding him up, and yeah.
I actually move motion towards the door.
Okay. So when you motion towards the door, you see outside there's a bunch of kids and one very large man playing some sort of ball game.
I'm fascinated by this just because of the image of just these children beating the crap out of this much larger person.
And they
this
are.
Ball game is very entertaining.
Yeah, they very much are too. They're destroying him.
I step outside to watch.
Okay, great. What the Valturg says one last thing as you leave. He says, "I wish Siggy never showed those dang kids how to play that stupid game. What a peaceful street we had before this." And he kind of grumpily goes back to trying to sell dynamite to the fisherman.
What the hell's wrong with kids playing a game? I say to him.
He just kind of goes, back.
Ah.
All right. CJ. You are abruptly woken up by the booming and commanding voice of a Goliath. You're under arrest. Do not try and resist.
Look, guy, it was a mistake. I'm sorry. Just let me go. Come on, I just got here. Can we just, can we just work something out? I can give you, and I start trying to rifle through my pockets to try and pull out and I pull out 3 copper, and I'm like, can't we just work something out? Maybe, you just look the other way. It didn't happen.
Before you can really get much out, you kind of stumble over your words anyway. The Goliath picks you up by your collar, lifts you up. You were covered with snow because you were sleeping in this very strange, on the outside of town, you can see on the map, there's an outcropping where there's 20 stones, 19 of them in some sort of triangular shape, and one larger stone in the center. It very much resembles Stonehenge. You've heard of this before, this place before. It's called the 20 Stones of Thrun. It's some old Dugan's Hole myth. Being a ranger, you know these things. Nobody really knows what it does, just basically a useless monument at this point. The Goliath picks you up by your collar, shakes off all the snow in your blanket, and pins you against the center stone.
Look, this is all just such a little misunderstanding. Why don't we go to the tavern and I'll get you a drink or something. We can talk it out.
She says, "Shut up! You're under arrest for killing the speaker of Dugan's Hole, Edgra Dermot. Don't try to deny it."
I didn't kill anybody. I don't know where you're getting any idea like that. I was just sleeping over there, and I don't know. This is all a misunderstanding. Clearly.
Yeah, so it's light now, so you can clearly see the Goliath in front of you. She stands nearly 7.5 feet tall. She's very imposing. You're so tiny. She really doesn't need much to squash you. So if you try to resist, you can do an acrobatics check versus her athletics. Otherwise, she seems to want to slap on some manacles.
Oh God, this again. Every time I try and go to a town. Where,
Yeah, you know.
are
Go ahead.
where are we going? And I kind of like, I'm like, if you have to do it, like, I'm not gonna resist. But like, I kind of like put my hands out, like, go ahead. I'm innocent. I swear. I didn't kill anybody.
If you're innocent, then you won't mind me taking you to the watch station for a few questions.
I mean, do you have to do the manacles thing?
Oh yes, I'm not letting you out of my sight.
Well, if you're not letting me out of your sight, you don't need to do the manacles. But I'll hold your hand.
She slaps them on unless you resist.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna resist.
Okay. She slaps on manacles to your feet.
Oh.
To your feet. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So she slaps them onto your feet because she's not too worried about you fighting her. She's more worried about you running away. So she'll slap them onto your feet, and she mutters under her breath, "First serial killers, now goblins. What's next? The Frost Maiden herself?" And she drags you along.
How did you know I was a goblin? I thought I was really well disguised. I had my mask on and everything. I was just like, no, you can't see me.
I can smell a goblin from miles away. Remember, I am a Goliath.
I thought I did.
So she'll drag you in unless you refuse.
No, I'll just go. I'm like, look, lady, you clearly got the wrong guy. It wasn't me. It was probably, you know what? If it was a little thing that did it, it was probably a friggin' kobold. Those friggin' kobolds are like all over the place around here. They're like the worst.
They'll have their day. They'll have their day.
Oh, I hope so. I hope kobolds, adventurers, they're always out there trying to take out like goblins or kobolds as like their first quarry. They should really work on those kobolds. That's the real problem.
One creature at a time. And she grabs you, drags you on, and she's coming up northwest from Main Street. So Wilbert would probably be the first to spot this 7.5 foot tall Goliath. You've seen her already because she was walking by when you were playing with the kids at the start of the game. She's the watch captain of Dugan's Hole. Her name is Siggy. And she has a goblin in tow, manacled at his feet. What do you do?
Hello, Tiggy. Hello, Tiggy.
Siggy.
Lovely lady. What you got there? What's that ugly thing?
Whoa. That's a little harsh here, buddy.
She says, I found Edgar Dermot's killer.
That's a little goblin man. That couldn't kill nothing.
Thank you.
Let me give him a
I
poke
can
in.
kill a lot of things, but I didn't kill the speaker. I'm really good at killing stuff, but
Can't kill nothing, that weedy little oik.
I can kill a lot of things.
Winona.
I'll kill you if you
It speaks.
keep
It can
talking
speak.
about.
Yeah, do I hear this?
Yeah, you see the squabbling outside of between the large man that just was beaten by the little girl and the goblin.
I approach and I'm like, what's going on here?
Where's the ball from the game?
I guess it's near Wilbert because he was just pegged with it.
Can I get close enough to it?
Yeah, I would say so. You could
Yeah,
hobble over.
I kind of want to like go over to it to try and like pick up the ball.
Yeah, you could hop over to it. It seems
Yeah,
like
like-
Siggy is more focused on talking to Wilbert at this point for the time being.
Yeah, I go over to the ball and I kind of like pick it up and I kind of like toss it in my hand a little bit and I whisper to one of the little children. I go,
So what do I do with this?
Well, the youngest kid, Henry, says, "You got to throw it at the big man's head."
Oh, I'm really good at throwing stuff.
I walk up and I'm like, what did this goblin do? Did he murder the head of Dugan's Hole here? The speaker?
Yes, he did. You see,
How?
Edgar Dermot's wagon was found just off the 10 trails about a day ago. Wagon completely gone, blood everywhere. Every one of her retinue was killed.
You think this one goblin did that?
That puny goblin didn't do that.
It's the only explanation. And goblins usually
that
have
is a ridiculous explanation.
goblins
As the
usually
words-
have a pack that they come with.
As the words "puny goblin" come out of Bert's mouth, I throw the ball at his head.
Roll a attack roll, range attack roll. We'll give you proficiency.
I'm just going to use my regular dart attack.
Nat 20.
Oh my god.
You actually take a point of damage from this because it was such a you got like if you were like in gym class, you'd have to go to the nurse. Like it would be that bad. This would be a concussion level throw.
Puny goblin.
You little runty crap hole. I'm going to stalk towards him, trying to slap him.
Siggy's going to get in the way unless you want to try
Slap your
to...
head.
I go, it's part of the game. I was told that's what I'm supposed to do.
All the children are laughing hysterically.
Hey, get out of the way, Ziggy. I'm going to slap him on his head.
Siggy says, not yet. I have to determine a few things before you can have him.
I'm puny goblin, eh?
Stinky puny goblin.
Uh,
You watch it, I'll
nice,
have you.
Nice lump on your head.
Frickin' have you.
Lumpy head.
You're going to get it.
just
Alright,
at this...
You
just
already
at-
got it.
this perfect time of this argument, Vellynne, you just left your dogs at the kennel, which I'm going to show you where it is on the map. It's in the northwest part of the map. You left them at Janet Fang's. That's the name of the kennel. Here it is. Okay, so you see that's where the kennel is. It's about 3 houses down from Valturgs, which is where this conversation is happening right now, just outside of the watch post. Okay, so you head into the middle of town, and you see this commotion. You see what's happening in the middle. What do you do as you approach these arguing individuals?
Is Winona also arguing, or just kind of standing there on the sidelines still?
They kind of all
observing?
look like they're arguing at this point. It's hard to
I'm
tell.
mostly standing on the sidelines now. I'm still kind of like I'm confused now that the barbarian is trying to fight the goblin that he was trying to like protect.
He wasn't trying to protect me. He called me puny, and
Also, like, let him go. Like,
So I'll stay away from like the thick of the argument, but maybe I'll like stride on up to Winona and be like, what is going on here?
to be honest, I'm not sure. Apparently, this goblin killed 10 men by himself.
Did he now? That's very hard to believe.
I would agree, but what are you, a guard? I asked. Like,
he threw that ball really well, though.
admittedly, he did throw the ball really well. Like, I see his moves.
He is
on the set.
quite skilled.
Did I see the throw happen, or did I come after the throw?
You came after the throw, but
After the throw, okay.
yeah,
But I can see the bonbon.
yeah, he got a bloodied nose, I think, from that throw.
Okay. I will. I look very impressed by this goblin because it doesn't look like a goblin could do that. But I will. Maybe I'll notice the manacles around Xerxes' feet, and I'll ask Winona, why is that man being detained?
Yeah, apparently he slew the speaker of Dugan's Hole, and the entire retinue. I guess he had a crew with him. Goblin, I shout to the goblin.
I gotta go, huh?
Did you seriously like have like a pack?
No, it's just me. I'm here. I was sleeping over there. That lady woke me up. I was waiting for my friend, but he like left. And I was trying to catch some Z's, and then they woke me up. And now she said I killed somebody, but I didn't.
I'm like interrupt, and I'm like, I asked Vellynne, like, do you know of any goblins around these parts?
Not
can-
that I have encountered.
You can give me a history check. Yeah, history check.
Wait, either of us?
Either of you, yes. Although I will say, Wilbert, you do know that there are goblins in the mountains. In fact, you've even battled some of them before. Yes,
roll-
so there are, with a 20 on the dice roll, Joey, you do know that there actually are a specific clan of goblins that are here in Icewind Dale. They're cold weather goblins, and they
That
have
wasn't
been
us.
here. They have tribes in the mountains.
Does would I recognize any of those like features on this particular goblin?
CJ's kind of covered up. You just kind of know it's a goblin because Siggy's at this point kind of roughed him up a little bit. Maybe his face covering is a little lower than normal. That's
Would I
really it.
know of any ways to like confirm that this is a goblin from one of those?
No, not. I don't think so. No. Mm-mm. Although CJ, you could ask him, and CJ can tell you. Xerox can
Yeah.
tell you.
Like that. It's probably gonna say no anyway. Like even if he was.
That's what a murderer would say.
Vellynne will say, I was not aware that the speaker was killed here in this town. What happened? How did they die?
Well, Siggy steps in and says, about a day ago, Edgra Dermut's wagon was found off the Ten Trails. She was coming back from a speaker meeting in Bryn Shander. She rarely goes to those meetings, but this seemed important. It was almost all of the town speakers came at the request of Nerth, and unfortunately, she did not come back. We sent out some scouting parties to find her, and yesterday we found the wagon completely slaughtered.
I see. Where was the wagon found? And Vellynne's like trying to reconcile whether this is the same wagon she encountered, but it seemed like the one she found didn't have any blood or marks, right?
No, you were coming from like East Haven, so you were coming from the east. The Ten Trails is to the west of Dugan's Hole. It's kind of one of the main roads from Bryn Shander.
Mm-hmm. And what makes you think this puny goblin was the murderer?
Well, and she's about to tell you her reasoning that she kind of mentioned before to everybody else, but then you hear the dogs from the kennel start to bark and howl very loudly. In fact, you were just there, Vellynne, and all those dogs seem very peaceful and docile, and now they're just up in arms about something. You hear a lot of loud barking, you hear snarling, almost like the sound of a dog fight, and then a bunch of whimpering, and then silence. After a few moments, you then hear the cries from Janet Fang, who calls out, "Help! Help! Siggy, help!" Siggy looks at all of you and says, come with me. And she really grabs Xerox, but everyone else, she says, that would be willing to come.
I start sprinting ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, Vellynne will also, as much as her impairment will allow her, she'll run as fast as she can.
The
Sure.
leg change, lady, it's gonna be a little difficult.
Well, she's mostly, you're
Just
flying
like
through the
picked
air. You're like flying through the air because she's got
And then I'm like, wee! Yes! Supermaning.
All right, move yourselves to the kennel. You can see it on the map here. Yep. Okay, so when you arrive at the kennel, rather than going through the entrance that you went through before Vellynne, Siggy sprints to the side, running around the building to the outdoor like pen where a lot of the dogs were playing when you left your dogs out. All right, now your dogs obviously were left in the, they were kind of caged because they're your dogs. She's a dog breeder in addition to storing and supplying dogs for sleds. But when you get to the back pen, which is kind of on the north side of the building, you do see a literal bloodbath. There is snow painted with streaks of red. What were perhaps 12 to 15 dogs there when you just left 10 minutes ago, there are none remaining. In fact, everywhere is just blood, covered in blood. And Janet is yelling in the middle of this mayhem.
Are my dogs gone as well?
Your dogs are actually... oh, yes. Mm-hmm. Yep, your dogs are gone. The kennels were ripped open.
Mm-hmm. Were my kobolds left with my dogs, or did they come with
No, they were with you. They were with you.
Okay.
Yeah.
God.
So they're also running. They're kind of like the slower ones. The ones that are undead are walking slower, but the 3 that are not undead, they're kind of right there with you at this point.
Mhm. Okay. I will look around in horror at what happened to my dogs. And all the other dogs as well.
Yeah. Anybody else have any other reaction?
Yeah, I like that. Jump shock.
I look at the guard and I go,
You gonna blame this one on me too?
Hmm.
You want to say I did this when I was with you the whole time?
I go up to calm Janet. Just like put my arm around her.
I shout at Janet. Damn it, Janet! Shut up!
Oh,
thank you.
I look at the
Calm
two.
yourself, woman.
God.
Okay. So, go ahead.
Vellynne is still kind of looking around in disbelief, and she'll just ask, "Who did this?"
Janet is almost inconsolable at this point, but she does appreciate the kind gesture from Winona. She looks around and she says, "I have no idea. I just heard the dogs barking, and then by the time I got out there, they were all gone."
Did you see anything? Anybody leaving? Any creatures?
No, and it's relatively light out. It's the aurora, so she's like, I would have seen somebody. I was outside in 10 seconds.
Can I look for tracks that aren't dog tracks or any
Yeah, give me a survival check. Yep.
9.
9. Actually, because of all the blood, it's just very hard to see what's on the ground. But you don't see any tracks or anything like that. The only thing that you can see, and this is pretty obvious that now that you are looking, is that there are some pretty decent-sized holes in the ground. Holes enough for a dog to fit in.
Yeah, something might have swallowed them. Something came up, ate them.
Janet says, "What do you mean?" And she's tears streaming down her voice. I don't understand. And go ahead.
These holes, lady, something came up and ate them, and then sucked them down.
And
How deep are the holes?
there are numerous holes. When you finish your explanation, Xerox, one of the your kobolds, Vellynne, two of the slower ones, the ones that were undead, they're starting to catch up and they're walking towards you. You're all standing around in the pen. You see them approaching from the southwest. Yeah, some from around the southwest of the building. And Xerox, you were kind of looking for this anyway, but at the ground. But you see something, a mound of snow, kind of lifting up from the ground, and something is burrowing directly towards the kobolds that are running towards you.
I do nothing.
Okay.
Do I
Alright.
see this happening?
I make no warning towards this kobold.
No, you weren't really. Only Xerox really looking around. You were kind of talking to Janet, but Xerox, you see one of those kobolds, the undead ones that are walking a bit, running, but not really running fast.
Shambling.
All of us, yeah, shambling. All of a sudden, just gets sucked underneath the ground. And since it's undead, it doesn't speak, so it doesn't make any noise.
One of those little things that was following you just got sucked up. I told you there's something sucking things down.
So Dasha,
You'd probably be careful.
And I'm trying to
The manacles are really
restricting, but I start pulling out weapons.
okay.
Putting
So
my shield
Dasha-
up and preparing.
Yeah, so Dasha, when Xerox says that, you look to the last kobold, the last undead kobold that's walking towards you, and you see something burrowing underneath this mound of snow, just rising as it's going underneath the ground, and then your last undead kobold gets sucked under the ground.
She's gonna immediately draw her wand of magic missiles. Is the mound still there that was burrowing?
It's still there. Yep.
Still there. She's gonna
Yeah.
blast a magic missile at it as she yells, "Sasha, no!" Because that was her favorite little kobold that
Okay.
she resurrected at one point.
Okay.
So
Roll a magic missile. Sure. Go ahead.
um, oh, that did not work. I'm just gonna roll. It's
It's a-
3d4.
Yeah.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
+1 for each d4.
Nine.
Okay, so you you blast the mound of snow that was near your kobold that was once standing there, and you hear sort of like a scream and echoes underneath the ground, and then the kobolds that you're with, they all got a little startled when they saw the other one. So give me another kobold's name. Pick one.
We'll go with Ivan again.
Okay, Ivan. So Ivan says, "Run away!" And he starts running around the kennel towards the, I guess, the east side of it, yeah. And he starts running, and the mound that you hit that clearly made contact with of some sort starts to burrow again, and it's headed directly towards you all now.
I want to intercept it.
How so?
Like run up to it and like try and like stab at the ground. with my rapier.
Okay. Sure, go for it. Give me a attack roll. So as it's coming up at you, see the snow mound coming right towards you.
Yeah. For some reason I can't turn off advantage.
That's okay. Don't worry about turning off advantage.
Alright, so first number. Yeah.
Okay.
17.
17. So, unfortunately, because of the confusion of you don't really understand where this thing is, you just see this big mound of snow moving. At this point, a lot of things are. Janet starts to run, the kobold starts to run, and this thing takes a quick diversion from you. So you stab into the ground. By the way, I'm basically explaining you have disadvantage on this, and you rolled an 11 with the other one. So you stab into the ground, but it diverted and actually looks like it's headed towards the kobold that's running on the other side of town. Of the kennel, excuse me. But
Damn it. Can I,
go ahead.
Can I like,
Yeah.
chase after it? Or-
Well, so I was gonna say, so you miss, you say damn it, you look up at it, and then the thing stops.
Yeah.
And you see the mound of snow just like standing there, not looking at it, obviously, but standing there, not moving at all.
Huh.
Let's go into a bit of initiative here. So why don't we go, we're using our form of initiative, which is the group initiative. So Vellynne took a turn and the thing went, and then Joey, you just took a turn with your character. So let's go to the group, CJ or Andrew, who would like to go.
Olga. Can I get somewhere high? I want to get high up.
The
Like
kennel,
climb on
all the
something.
buildings in Dugan's Hall are only one story, pretty much, except for
Okay.
maybe the speaker's house. So you could probably, with your athletics check, hop up onto the roof.
Yeah, I want to hop up onto the roof of the building.
Sure.
Sorry, I did not mean to roll that one.
You're good.
14.
That's good enough to, yeah, for you. You spring up the roof.
I'm just going to spring up on the roof and then look.
Okay. All right. CJ?
I just kind of like look at Siggy and I'm like,
Listen, if you want me to help, these things on my leg are not, they're just gonna make it harder for me to do this. I can't help like this, but
and like I try and like get to like there's a fence around the kennel.
Yep.
Isn't yeah, and I kind of want to climb up and like sit on the fence.
Okay, you can hop up onto the fence for sure.
Because I definitely
me
don't want
a-
to be on the ground.
Yeah, you can
Doesn't
hop
seem
up
like-
onto the fence. That's not a big deal for you. So you hop up onto the fence. You don't want to be on the ground. I get you. Siggy looks at all of looks at what everybody else is doing. She also is going to, because she sees Andrew hop up onto the fence, up onto the roof. She's gonna toss you the keys, Xerox, a big ring of keys, maybe like a 15 or so keys, and she's gonna jump up onto the roof as well.
Catch the keys and you know, this is just great.
Okay. After a moment of standing still, this mound moves a little bit to the left, moves a little to the right, and then your Ivan kobold, who is, stricken with fear, is fleeing. He screams out, "Run!" again, run. And the mound moves very quickly around the building towards him. You don't see if it catches up to him or anything, but Ivan's screaming stops. Okay.
Oh no. No,
Andrew,
not
you're up
one.
on top of the roof with Siggy, and you see the mound and what it did. It swallowed up. It just sucked under the kobold again. This time, though, after a quick pause, it starts to head towards Main Street. And you remember the children that were there playing goat ball.
The children. Is it my turn now?
Yep, go ahead.
The children. I'm going to vault off the roof and run after it with splatter my maul in my hands.
Okay. Group, what else are you doing? Everyone can tell me what they do now.
I'm just going through keys, trying each one in the manacles to try and get them off.
Give me a roll a d20. The number you need is a. We'll say you need at this point a 1 or a 20. 18. So you don't find the manacle this time. You don't find the key to the manacle this time.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Now we go to Dasha and Winona. Vellynne and Winona. What are you doing?
I'm gonna run after it.
Okay. What about the rest of your kobolds? There are 3 left?
3 left. I'm gonna tell them to get up on a high surface and stay there. Don't move.
Okay,
I
so
want them to
they'll
not
kind
be
of
worth
climb
the
up.
effect.
Do you want them to stay at the kennel? They'll climb up on the top of the
stay
kennel.
at the kennel, maybe go on the roof so that they can't get sucked into the ground.
Okay. They scurry up to the top of the roof. Okay. Winona?
I chase the one going after the kids, and I
Yep.
take out my. Imagine I don't catch up to it, so I take out my longbow as I'm running, and I try and
Okay.
shoot a shot.
Okay. Unfortunately, the thing is actually very quick. Way faster than you can run. It probably is double your speed.
Yeah. So I try and 30 feet, and as I'm running, I
Mhm.
put my rapier away, take out my longbow, and I try and get a quick shot in.
Sure. So you get a quick glimpse of the mound and you shoot, but you know that even if you were to get a perfect hit, it's under the ground, so it's actually not going to be able to hit it. So you shoot once. You shoot once, and then you realize it's not going to be useful.
I drop it and I guess continue the chase.
Yeah. Okay, so then expediting this to the main street, I'll move your characters over there. So even though this thing is pretty fast, you get to Main Street, and the kids are there, all playing goat ball. Andrew, you know the rules of goat ball because you're pretty much a master at this game. The goal is kind of like dodgeball, where everyone stands on crates, and you're trying to knock each other out by hitting them dodgeball-esque style, and then positioning yourself by jumping to another empty crate. So the kids are all there, standing, getting ready to start a new round. Except Pickle's not there, but all the other kids are just chatting and getting ready to start a new round. What do you say?
I say, kids, stop. Stay on them crates.
What do you mean?
Stay on them crates, kids.
Allie says, listen, Pickle had to go home, so we don't have any room for you in the game right now. It's odd. It would be odd numbers.
There's a monster.
A monster?
Underground. You
Henry
gotta stay
says-
on the crate.
Henry says, monster? What? And he jumps off and he starts to run home, basically. and then you see the mound kind of resurface a bit. Again, just snow piles at this point, but it runs towards Henry. And this time, as it's running past the crates, you see little snake-like creatures erupt into the air. Look like they're feeling around as this thing is going through the ground.
I'm going to be running after that.
I'll yell to the other children to stay on the crates.
Can I action surge to catch Henry?
Sure. Yeah, we can use an action surge. Sure. So at this point, you say to the kids, "Stay on the crates," but almost everyone except Allie starts to run in all directions in the middle of the town. So some of them are headed like towards Valturg. Some of them are headed past the watch station. And then you see the creature now move and go in a certain direction. It's trying to pick out some of these kids. Joey, you're going to use action surge?
Yeah.
Okay.
To like try and actually, so wait, the kids are running off the crates.
They're running. They're running, except for Allie, because she's with it. But all the other kids are running.
Can I make like an intimidation check on these kids to like?
Sure.
Get them to stay on the crates.
Yes, go ahead.
Just want to like shout at them and be like you stay the hell off those crates.
Sure, go
or you'll
for
get eaten. Like, all right, here goes nothing.
19. Oh yeah. So you Murray, the other older kid, when you kind of put him in his place, he jumps back on the crate, more fearful of you than the creature. But Henry, he's running, and so if you use your action surge, Joey, I will allow you to catch up.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Yeah. I use my action surge.
All right. So at the very last moment, one of those snake-like creatures that are kind of like fins, feelers coming out of the ground, goes to grab him, and you are able to snag him and jump on top of a crate before the creature was able to really grab hold.
Just like dive.
Yeah. So this little distraction, though, Siggy says, to the watch post. You see Valter come out of his convenience store, and he's waving over some of the people. Here, come! And so 2 of the kids head into Valturg's. Siggy takes Allie into the police station. Where do you all go? You can decide if you would like. Some of you would like to go to Valturg's. You can go there. If some of you would like to go to the watch station, you can go there. But Siggy says, we have to get off the floor.
I'm assuming I'm closest to Valturg's.
I definitely go to Valturg's.
Okay. So Winona and Xerox want to go to Valturg.
Yeah.
I want to go to the watch station.
Okay,
I'll
so
also
then
watch the-
okay, so Vellynne and Wilbert will go to the watch station, and you run out of the streets. Joey, you're able to hop on crates and avoid these snake-like creatures
I'm
get
holding Henry, right?
to get Henry. Yes, to get Henry to Valturg's. Exactly. Okay, so we're gonna say this is the result of the middle of the street commotion. Wilbert and Vellynne, along with Siggy and 2 of the kids, we'll say Murray and Allie, right? The kid who has a crush on Allie and Allie. They head into the watch station. You take the younger kids, Wednesday Addams and Henry, into Valturg's. And you everybody closes doors, locks them up. All right.
I try to get to the roof.
Okay.
What happened to the last boy? There was one more boy.
He went home
went
to
home.
go to the bathroom.
I hope
Okay.
he got home.
All right, so it's eerily quiet outside right now. There's no mound of snow, no thing moving. We're gonna go from location to location. So why don't we start with Valturg? So Xerox and Winona are in Valturg's. Vellynne and Wilbert are in the watch station. Valturg says, "What was that?"
I ignore him and I
It
like
was
take my
down.
way to the roof.
It was like some moving snow thing. It ate, and I'm just like laughing as I said, it ate freaking kobolds. It was so good. Just stupid kobolds.
Well,
And then they're just so dumb. They're so easy. It's just, you can't trust kobolds. That's why goblins like me. Anyway, yeah. So yeah, and then I start. But you got any way I could get these manacles off? Or you think one of these keys you could help figure out which one of these keys is for the manacles?
yeah. So Valturg will come over to you and he'll bring like a pair of clippers, and he says, "I've got a key."
Yeah, go for it, man.
So he's
I kind of like
clamping
lift my
on it.
feet up.
Yeah, he's gonna snap off the manacles for you.
Thank you so much.
Okay, Joey, you said Winona is headed straight to the roof.
Yeah, can I make
What
like
about-
some sort of acrobatics check to like climb out of a window and then onto it?
Yes. What about the kid with you?
He's carrying him the whole way.
I forget like for a second, but like I turn around and like stay here, like don't move, you two, and then I like go out.
Okay. Give me an acrobatics check.
Okay, that. Yeah. 18.
Nice. 18 is more than enough to hop out the window and climb up onto the roof. Now, Valturg's is a big building compared to Dugan's Hole buildings, but it is still one story, but it does have a roof. So you head up on top of the roof. Now, all of the roofs in the 10 towns are pitched, right? Because snow can't have the weight on top of it. So it's going to be tricky to stay up here for long periods of time. Every time you move, you may need to give me some sort of check to not fall off.
Yeah, I'm just
Okay.
like trying to like stabilize.
Yeah.
Actually, wait, I still have that climbing gear, don't I?
You do.
I-
Yes, you do.
Yeah, I actually like hook like a pitten into it.
Sure.
So
So you nail in one of those to the top of the roof, and Valturg, he hears that on the roof, and he goes, "Hey, knock it off! You're gonna have to
This
patch
guy-
that roof."
That girl's putting holes in your roof.
I know. It's so rude. And Joe,
I'll fix it later. I just shout.
So you're hitting in the Patron. And Joey, that mound, you see it from the street, the crates, it knocks over the crates the kids were playing goat ball on, and it starts to head towards Valturg's, towards your direction.
Can I like sit myself on the roof, like
Yeah.
give myself like a foothold?
Yeah.
I take out like my light handbow
Okay.
or crossbow. Yeah, like I pretty much just like wait until I can get like a shot on it.
Sure. So the mound moves towards you, and now that you've positioned yourself, you're ready to shoot. It kind of stops right at the base of the building.
Mhm.
It stops. It doesn't move. You're
Uh,
waiting to shoot it, see what
can
comes
I-
up. Maybe. Yeah. Go ahead.
Can I like kick like a roof tile off to like hit the ground?
Sure. Where do you want to throw the roof tile?
Like
Behind
right
it?
in front of it.
Oh, right in front of it.
Like right next to it. So
Sure.
that, thinking maybe it'll like hop out. And then-
Yeah. So you throw a roof tile, and it lands maybe like 3 feet away from it, and then that roof tile, it moves and it sucks it underneath the snow, and then the pile starts to like circle around.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mm. The dynamite, like
Xerox,
like,
what-
like it immediately pops in my head.
Xerox, what are you doing?
Once I get the manacles off, I turn to what's the name?
Valturg.
Valturg. I turn to him and I'm like,
Listen, you got any like anything that could kill a big monster or something? You got like some weapons or I don't know, something like that thing out there is. It seems pretty big and it just swallows things whole. You got anything that like could poison or
Can I
I don't know, make that thing show up? Like it seems really I don't know. You got anything useful around here? And I start like, and then I just start like going through all his shelves and like knocking stuff down like a goblin would. I'm just like, is this? And I'm just like pulling things off shelves,
That's
throwing
gonna
it on the
cost
ground.
you.
Just like, no, not this, not
Can
that.
can I
Hey.
barge into the conversation?
no, you're on the roof.
You're on the roof.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
that's gonna cost you. And
I'm
the
just like this.
We need stuff that's gonna get this monster out of here.
That's going to cost you. And he's chasing you around the store to try to get you from stop messing things up. Joey, you hear some things falling inside, and then the pile of snow starts to move again, but circling the building, going on the other side where the noise is coming from. We're going to pause for a moment, go to the watchtower. Dasha, what is Vellynne doing?
Vellynne's quite old. She's like in her 60s from what I understand, so she's kind of she just ran like a lot, and she also has like a nervous disorder that like she trembles a lot, so she's probably not doing so great. She's like probably leaning back against a wall, catching her breath, but also like looking around to make sure the kids are okay. I don't think she would like show outward affection to the kids, but she wants to make sure that like everyone's alive and unscathed.
Sure.
So yeah, probably just like deep breaths, catching her breath right now.
Allie is like, I hope Henry's okay. And Murray is like, I'm sure he's all right. And he tries to like pat her back awkwardly. Young love.
Vellynne like rolls her eyes at Murray.
Siggy says, what the hell was that thing out there?
I do not know, but I know that it completely demolished tens of dogs and 3 of my companions. We must be cautious.
Hey wizard. You wizard, right?
I am.
You fireball that thing. Fireball that thing right up. Boom. I've seen those fireballs. You do that.
Does Vellynne have fireball? I don't even think she does.
No,
Yeah.
Nope, I do not. I will do what I see fit.
What kind of wizard you know fireball? My uncle better wizard than you. You lunatic.
Oh, the Everards. What a family. The younger kids are in Valturks, and so they're over there. The older kids are here. Siggy says, well, we've got to do something. We can't stay here all day. Do you think that thing's gone away at this point? She looks out the window and she says, hey, that lady that was out here before, she's on the roof.
I'll look at the window as well and see if I can see.
Andrew and Dasha, both you see Winona up on the roof with a crossbow out.
Do we see the mound?
No. It's on the other side of the building at this point before you looked.
Okay. Does the watchtower has like multiple floors, right? Could I potentially go up and have a better vantage
The
point
watch
to look
post does have 2 floors. Yep, it's the speaker's room where the speaker stays.
I wanna say to Vellynne, hey Vellynne, then you got any wizard stuff that could like blow this thing up? Wizard things?
I have many things, and I will do as I see fit. And I suggest you do the same. And then she'll ask Siggy to take her upstairs to get a better view.
She'll show you the upstairs, and you can now get a better view. You can see the street. You can see, from a better view. You're actually even maybe taller than Winona's position is right now. All right. Okay, so
Quick
let's
question,
see.
Did I leave all my things at the dog kennel? Like my sled thing I picked up?
Yeah.
Or would I have... Okay.
Yeah, probably. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Okay, so All right, so a couple things here. Vellynne, remember how we had discussed you may have an idea of what might be going on? You could, at any point, this would click at this point, okay?
Would I tell them or not
You
yet?
can, but I'm going to do something else right now. So, all right, so you are just kind of all waiting, looking out, and you see perhaps in through the window of Valturks, Xerox is kind of going through all the shelves and the aisles, taking things off, throwing them out. There's some commotion going on over there. Xerox, just as you finish, knocking over everything, pretty much, Valturk catches up to you and he grabs you and he says, hey now, listen, I freed you from those chains. Knock it off. And then you feel something, the floorboards, you feel a bump. Both of you are jolted.
I go, oh no, that's not good. you have a basement in this building?
No.
You just, oh god. I think you're saying it's trying to get through your floor. So we should probably either not be on the floor or figure out how we're gonna deal with it.
Hop
Do you
on.
have anything? You have like bat guano or something? Maybe we could, I don't know. I know there's the wizard over there. I mean, bat guano, that's like a thing they use sometimes. What about,
Hop
don't
on
know,
the
something-
counter. Hop on the counter or the shelf.
So I run over and I hop on the counter.
He'll do
And
the
I-
same. He'll do the same. And
Uh,
you feel that bump again. It comes in the middle of the floor, the middle of the shop. Joey, you even feel it from up on the roof. Something is nudging the structure.
I like
Can
make my
I-
way down
Yeah.
back to the window.
Can
Okay.
I check behind the counter for any like I know it's there, but
Yeah, yeah.
for
yeah.
any crates I may have missed?
Yep. Yeah. So you
Yeah.
get behind the counter, which is where Valter keeps all the really good stuff. You see like a bear trap. You see a box that's labeled explosives. You see like the composite bows and stuff like that. So
Alright.
you see all the
As-
good stuff behind.
As I come downstairs, I'm like, "Old man, where's the dynamite?"
And I'm reaching for the box just as he's saying that.
And Xerox brings out the dynamite
Jeez.
box.
what's dynamite? This is explosives.
And when you're talking across the room, the house shakes again. You feel something. You even see some of the floorboards, but like bowing up.
I like
As-
command everyone to get upstairs.
I shout to the old man.
How does this stuff work?
And then-
do I see what he's holding up?
So yeah, you see the explosives box. Yeah.
I'm like, "Do you put that down?" Like now, I like
This is
shout at
gonna,
him.
how,
And I'm just looking at
I run over and I grab the box.
So you're on,
Already
but
have
you're
one
at
of
the
the sticks
window. Hold on, you were at the window, Joey. So this is a big store. So you're at the window of one side of the store.
I thought
They're
I
on the
had to come
counter on
downstairs.
the other side. And Valtark says, "Wait, quiet, quiet. It's not moving."
I take one of my darts and I'm just gonna throw a dart into like the middle of the room.
The bowing of floorboard, that like this part of the floorboard, it shakes a little bit, but then it doesn't move.
Everyone, get upstairs as quietly as you can.
there's no upstairs. There's only the roof.
There's only the roof. Wait, I thought
Yes.
wasn't there? Oh,
The
No,
watchtower
only
has
the
a second floor.
yeah.
well, okay.
And I'm just like, and again, I'm turning to the guy. I'm saying,
How does this stuff work? And how big of an explosion does it usually make?
He just goes, "Fire, big."
um,
Goblin.
Don't
how
go
far
near
is
that
the
house.
how far is the entrance from the counter?
I'd say it's 30 feet away.
Listen.
Is
Goblin.
there a path along the shelves towards the entrance?
Yes, you can get to the window that Joey's at by climbing on like 3 different shelves, aisles of shelves.
I would like. Is that the entrance or is that the window? Because I want to go towards where the entrance door is.
I'd
Like the
imagine
door.
it that there would be the counter to the door would be aisle free, but to get to the window would be through some shelves.
Okay. Well, then I'll head towards I'll try and make my way over the shelves towards the window.
Good. Give me a stealth check.
Yes, I'm also doing it quietly.
Yes.
10.
Okay. 10. And Valturg is also going to quietly maneuver himself. You're kind of moving. He's helping you. Together, you're kind of going one person to the next, then like a hand out, so he can like put one leg on the shelf, connecting it. You're kind of helping each other maneuver from counter to shelf, and then Winona, you could even help at the end, where they want to get to the window or something, and you kind of hoist them over, right? You know what I'm saying? Okay.
I say like, listen here, Goblin. And what is your name?
My name is Xerox.
Okay, Xerox. Listen, these things eat whatever that lands near them. Whatever they can sense, they can just eat it. So
Yeah, that's why I grabbed this stuff.
And I hold up the vial of explosive. And, and I like put it in his face like, this is what I got. I just need
Very
this stuff.
careful of that.
And
As
I'm
he's,
like,
shaking
this is
it
gonna
and
stop it. That's why I grabbed it. It said explosive.
Okay.
So
Here's what we're gonna do.
go ahead.
We're going to light that. We're going to throw it. They're gonna eat it, and they go boom. You cool with that plan?
Why are you explaining it like I'm a 4-year-old?
Because I have prejudices against goblins. All right, I'm sorry.
I understand how plans work. But why don't we make a ruckus first, and then draw it there, and then throw the explosive?
So you're having this conversation quietly, whispering to each other.
Yeah.
Xerox and Valturg are on the last shelf. Winona is at the window about to catch Xerox, but they're having this quick conversation. Valturg says, "Can we get up on the roof and have this conversation?"
I go, yes. And I jump. And
So
I-
he kind of hoists you. You jump yourself, and at mid-air, Xerox is mid-air, flying from shelf to window.
I make an attempt to catch him.
You can catch him, but the Oriel, the Frost Maiden cuckoo clock goes off, and blaring, echoing sounds of the laughter of the Frost Maiden, the rippling of the floorboards, they just start to crash through, and you see clearly now this creature. I'm going to show it on the screen for everyone at home to see as well.
Graboid.
Better not be more ads.
Okay, there you go.
Okay. Oh god.
Man.
Oh god.
So this creature with all this scaly armor on the back, this with massive claws for digging, and this gaping maw with all these tentacle feelers that come out that you've seen before, explodes from underneath the floorboards, knocking over all the shelves. And Xerox, you're caught by Winona at the windowsill, but Valturg falls onto the floor, and then the creature grabs onto him, latches on with these snake-like appendages, and pulls Valturg in. He reaches out to all of you as the thing drags him left and right, left and right.
Can I pick up my hand bow and like shoot it?
Yeah,
No, you
so
have me.
you can still you catch him with one hand bow. Go ahead.
Yeah. Pew.
Give me a roll.
All right.
Are you shooting Valturg or are you shooting the monster?
I probably should shoot Valturg, but
Valturg.
I want to put him out of his misery at this point.
All right. +5 to whatever this is.
Oh,
hey!
crit. Roll your damage. Roll your damage.
All right. 2d8 +3. So 15.
Oh, remember the first dice is max, so it's actually going to be 16 plus
4.
4. So 20 damage. 20 damage. Yeah. Nice. So the creature kind of
Sorry, 19
screeches. Yeah. Oh, 19 damage? Gotcha. It screeches as you hit it squarely in the maw, and it still is able to hold on to Valturg and pull him further under. Xerox, I'll let you respond before the thing leaves.
If he can throw, can I pull out a dart and throw a dart at it?
Yep.
Also?
Yep.
All right. I'm gonna do a couple of things here. So I'm gonna throw a dart at it. Let's see if it hits first. Nope. Never mind then.
Yeah, that doesn't hit. But yes, so you see the creature clearly before it swallows Valturg and brings it down into the ground. The rest you could scuttle up to the top. Okay.
Are the children also being taken?
Oh yeah, the children are on the countertop. They just saw Valturg get devoured.
Oh god.
He's been inconvenienced.
Now Henry is crying, whimpering. Wednesday Adams, I forget her name, Susie. She is just like, kind of. I mean, she's startled, but she's calm.
Hell yeah. I'm assuming I can use some of that climbing gear to like help the kids get up on the roof.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
would say that as long as you're quiet and you were able to, give me a stealth check. You could get the kids upstairs. The thing resides under the ground. You could do that.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Should I make a stealth check?
Yeah, give me a stealth check.
Guess, can I help with advantage or?
You can. Like maybe you could throw like a grappling hook to them. Xerox can like zip line down.
All right, here we go. Advantage. 21.
Nice. So you're able to go back across the shelves are all fallen down, but you can get across and get the kids, ferry them over some way or another, being stealthily, not to awaken whatever this beast is. Okay. All right. Go to the watchtower now. So you see a lot of commotion. You hear a lot of commotion from Valturgs, Vellynne, and Wilbert. What do you do?
How far away is Valturgs from
It's
where
right
we're at?
across the street. Probably the street itself might be 30 to 40 feet away.
Okay, I'm gonna whisper a message to Winona and ask, what is going on over there?
Like what?
This is Vellynne. What is going on?
Oh, well, everything's fine here. How are you? We're trying to get the kids onto the roof. These things, these creatures, they ate the shop owner.
But everything isn't quite fine.
I don't think you can hear that response. It's just me.
Who else is on this call?
It's a three-way call. It's a group message. I'll whisper another. I have messages at cantrip, so I can use it, I think, a limited amount of times. But
Yeah.
I'm going to ask, did you get a look at the creature?
Yes, it's this.
Can he
horrific
respond?
looking
Can he respond
armor
back
thing.
though? I don't think he can respond back.
He can, I think, message, and they can reply in a whisper that only I hear. Yeah,
Oh,
the
cool.
target
Okay.
and only the target hears the message, and they can reply in a whisper that only I can hear.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I do my best to describe its horrific visage.
Okay, and that confirms my suspicions, Bob. I'm assuming
Yeah.
I would know that.
Sure.
Okay, so I'll stop the message and I'll kind of mutter. That's what I thought.
I try to tell her the plan. But I'm assuming I'm talking to no one.
At this point, you're talking to no.
She's already hung up the call.
Xerox is
yeah.
like, are you talking to yourself?
No, there's a voice in my head.
Oh God, I have those too.
No, not like that.
How do you know? You just said there was a voice in your head. You don't know what my voices in my head are like.
Fair enough. I guess there's a point to that.
Okay, so Wilbert, the kids are crying and they're very upset. They're being as quiet as they can, but they're the younger kids. Oh no, I'm sorry, I'm confusing it. Allie is there. So never mind. So Allie says, "How are we gonna kill it?"
You should go upstairs, Ali.
I want to get my brother back.
Your brother,
Are we
Yeah,
all
he's
upstairs at this
Henry's in the other building.
Henry. He's safe. Let's go upstairs. And we can look out the window.
All right, so you're all upstairs now at this point. Siggy and even Vellynne were already up there. You're looking down. You see a young boy, Pickle. He's returned to play some more ball.
Where
He's
is
walking and he calls out, "Hey, where'd you guys go?"
he? Ah, crap! I run down. Where is he? He's on
I'm
Main
gonna send a
Street.
message. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
he's
send a
on Main
message
Street.
at him immediately, and I'll whisper to him, "Run as fast as you can to the watchtower. Do it." I should have said
okay.
that in the second class, but
I'm kind of slow though.
run.
So he starts to run, and you see down the road, more towards the kennels, but coming from the east, is a second mound.
Do I see this?
No, you're all still getting up to the. This kind of happening simultaneously. You're getting the
Okay.
kids up to the roof at this point. But maybe soon you'll notice it. So it's headed towards the watchtower or the watch post, and he's running. Your owl suggests that perhaps we make a distraction to you. Tells you telepathically.
I think that's a good idea. Is there anything to like fling or toss in this room that I could get pretty far in like the opposite direction of the boy?
What do you think would be here in the speaker's bedroom?
Books. I don't know. I'm trying to think of something.
Is there
heavy
like
that
a bedside table? I want to
Yeah.
pick the bedside table up and hurl it out the window.
Okay.
You're just
Yeah.
furniture. Okay, we can do that.
Yeah.
I'll-
Vellynne's thinking
I'll-
like Vellynne's thinking of books, and Wilbert just grabs the nightstand, throws it out.
Is there a
So-
piano? We could-
Yeah, a grand piano. You throw it out the window, and that crash diverts it enough so that Pickle can get to the watchtower.
Okay, we'll let him in. I assume we barred the door, but we'll go back down and let him in really quick.
Yeah. Siggy's there
Yeah.
already waiting for him, and she opens it, locks it again, and lets him in.
Okay.
He's trembling, this kid.
Okay, I'll make everyone go back upstairs, and I'm gonna send another message telepathically to Winona and say, "There's a second one coming. Be on your guard."
All right. So now you're up on the roof, Winona, and you can see across about the same relative height. In the second floor of the watchtower, you can see the whole other group. So the two of you are there. You all can communicate.
Hello, like waving hands and stuff.
And then I go, no, stop! We gotta be quiet. What are
I'm going to
you doing?
shout out.
We're on the roof.
Has anyone got any wizard blowy up things?
I go, these things are supposed to blow up.
Yeah,
I'm
we
gonna-
have explosives.
Throw that at it then, boy. Get that at it, boy.
I'm not a boy. Stop calling me boy.
Come
I'm
on,
gonna
puny.
let Bert-
Do something.
I'm gonna look at Bert and tell him to shut up, and then
I'm
I'm
going to shout
send-
really loudly, do something!
I'm gonna send a message to Winona that says, "Tell the gnome to shut up. Everyone, be quiet."
I like smack him on the back of the head. Like,
Ow!
you said shush.
I'm just screaming, do something!
So
I'm gonna put a hand over your mouth if I can. I don't know if I'm tall enough.
the screaming,
And just really loudly shout at her, oi!
the screaming back and forth. You see two mounds now. One moves from underneath Valturks. The other is kind of already in Main Street after it investigated the nightstand. They now start to. You can see the two mounds under the snow converging right in between the two positions that you're at. The watch station, and Valturks.
Would now be a good time to tell everyone what Val thinks this is?
Whatever you would like, Vellynne.
I'm going to first. I'll tell this to the people in my room, but then I will also probably whisper the same thing in a message to probably Winona. I don't think I want to communicate with the goblin or your goblin. Yeah, it's not. You want to know to the goblin. So yeah, I'll talk through Winona to the other group, but I'll kind of gather all the adults in the room in a huddle, and I'll tell the kids to kind of go like hide somewhere in the closet or something. I don't think she knows how to talk to children very well, so she's just like, go there.
Okay,
Stay
the
safe.
children will just listen to you because they're scared.
Yeah, I'll tell them to go hide, and I'm gonna kind of huddle all the adults in the room and say, I feared this may happen, and I think I know what this creature is. I believe this might be a mind flayer.
Well,
Have you heard of?
I will say one thing. It is not a mind flayer itself, but it is perhaps a creation of the mind flayers.
Creation of the mind. Okay, I'll say that. I believe this may be coming from mind flayers. Would any of them know what that is?
I don't know.
Do any of
You
you
can
know
tell
that?
me if your character might know this. If you'd like to make a history check, you can, or even, yeah, I'd say a history check.
I'll make a history check.
Hey, I definitely know.
Something is wrong. Something is wrong when you roll d20. You keep. That's clearly not rolling correct.
I don't, like, what do you want me to do? I'm just rolling 20.
So, Winona, you've heard of mind flayers before, and in fact, this kind of makes perfect sense based on what your character secret was. You know these creatures to be psychic, right? And you've heard of them. You've never encountered them before, but you know that they are enslavers. They come to worlds to basically take them over.
Yeah, they take prisoners. Yada yada.
So this has thoroughly scared you. Wilbert, even with a...
3.
What'd you get? Oh, no, 3. Never mind. And even Xerox with a 13. You might have heard the term Mind Flayers before, but nothing more than that it might be just a monster to kill.
If
Siggy know?
it's worse.
That's true. You probably think you have.
Would Siggy know what this is?
No. Mm-mm.
No? Okay, so I'll explain to my group basically what you just said, that they are, they will try to enslave you. They're tyrannical psychic creatures that will try to control your brain, and they're probably here to try to take control of our world. And we must
Sorry
be very,
to
very
drop
careful.
this bad news on you all.
Yeah.
Okay. So, some time passes, but I think the goal right now is to get dynamite, correct?
And
How
we're trying to
heavy is
get them-
dynamite? How heavy is a stick of dynamite?
Not very heavy.
Could a snowy owl carry it?
I think it could.
I'm gonna casually send my snowy owl over back to where my kobolds are hiding, probably out on the roof.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if the snowy owl itself could open a case, the case with
probably-
the dynamite.
I probably could not. The kobolds would be able to, though, but you'd have to communicate to them somehow.
Okay, so can they read? Can kobolds read?
Yeah, they can read.
They can read. So I'll scribble a message. I'm assuming there's some parchment and quill and ink maybe in the speaker's bedroom. I'll scribble them a
There
note.
would be.
Tell them to prepare the dynamite that we found earlier. Send it back, maybe one by one with the owl, or however many the owl can carry.
I'd say the owl could carry 2 at a time.
Okay. So I'll ask them to send it back with the owl quickly.
Okay. So, groups, you see the owl kind of ferrying back and forth, takes 1 trip, brings 2 sticks of dynamite. Second trip, brings 2 more sticks. It's at its third when you realize perhaps Xerox and Winona what they're doing.
They're getting this stuff. So, do you have what's his name? He said fire makes it big. So, do you have a fire that we could put?
I have a tinder
Make it-
box.
You have a tinderbox? That's a way. Does it have like a wick or something? We could. So we
Yeah.
don't want it to go off right away.
Is
It does have a
not,
wick.
like a string attached to it? Is it just like a stick?
No,
Does
it's
it
a
have a
wick,
fuse?
yes. Yep. Hmm.
Oh, it doesn't.
No.
How long?
How long is the fuse?
You can decide how long you'd like it. You could have it go up to 3 rounds worth of delay.
Well, we also need it to want it like when like things have been thrown and they've gone to them. Have
Yeah.
they like tried to eat the thing, or have they just like investigated and then like?
So it ate
Ignored
the ceiling tile that I threw at it.
It did.
So it eats like. So it does eat the things that like it tries to investigate. It doesn't like.
But I imagine the stick of dynamite might be too light for it to find. So we should probably throw it with like a rock or something.
What are you trying to say? My name is Xerox. It doesn't mean you can just throw me, right?
Wait, I wasn't implying to throw you, but if you want to volunteer,
Good. You better not try and throw me. I'm
Are
just
there
saying.
any pets in the building?
No
We could
pets.
throw- and then I look at one of the kids. I go, "We could throw one of them."
no,
Any
we're not
Hey!
throwing
Dogs.
Human beings are not being thrown as bait.
All right. If you want to make it difficult,
I take some of my rope and I try and tie like a stick of dynamite to like a couple of ceiling tiles.
Xerox, give me an insight check. Actually, no. You can make it either nature or survival, whichever is better.
ugh, nope. 4.
Okay. All right. That's fine. Yeah, I mean, your guess is like what you're saying, what you've been discussing, seems logical and reasonable enough.
I mean,
All right.
Yeah.
Vellynne, your owl communicates back to you as it gets within the 100 feet of the window, and it says, "We've got something incoming." And you look to the sky and you see two creatures flying towards your building.
Can I see what they look like, or is it too far away to tell?
After a moment of kind of, trying to perceive what's coming at you, you can make out the figures. It's two gargoyles. You know these gargoyles. They're companions of avarice.
Okay.
They land on the roof of Valturg's shop. Xerox and Winona, very abruptly, two gargoyles fly and land on the roof next to you.
I take out my sword instinctively. Like, what?
Yeah. Vellynne will like curse under her breath because she doesn't know if this is good
Try.
or bad. Probably bad.
Pull a dart out.
The gargoyles do speak, but they speak Terran. I don't think anybody speaks that. So they sound like they're trying to communicate in some way to you.
Speak common.
They look around. They see the children. They fly over to the other building now, and now they land right outside of. They're flying right outside of your window, and they see you, Vellynne, and they try to come into the building if you let them.
I'll let them, and if I try to hear them talk and I don't understand, I'll just cast comprehend languages.
Sure, you can do that. Yep.
Mhm.
So they're laughing at you, and they say, "We thought we saw what we were seeing. You're in a tough position here. Would you like help?"
Trying to decide how much pride Vellynne is willing to give up right now. I think she's about to maybe retort and just tell them like F off, leave, go serve your mistress. But then she looks around and sees the kids huddled. I don't think she's evil or heartless. I think she's cold, but I don't think she's heartless. And she sees the kids huddled in the corner, scared. She knows there's kids in the other one. She just saw 3 of her kobolds get eaten alive, basically. So she'll kind of sigh, roll her eyes, and say, like, "Of course you would come to gloat. But what can you do to help?"
Avarice told us to watch over you closely, and so we have been. And we think we could help you in this situation.
Why would Avarice tell you to watch over me?
She always watches her friends.
Friends. What can you do to help?
You know these two gargoyles by name. One is Gargle, and the other is Gurgle. Gargle will suggest that they can get the kids to safety.
Mm-hmm. And how do you propose to do such a thing?
We can fly.
Fly. And how can you guarantee that they will be safe? How do you know that the mound won't come to their homes? And
where
How will
would
you
you like us to bring them?
are there any safe spots that I know of in this town that like would seem to be unreachable by the is basically like any you said all the houses are 1 story.
Yes. In fact, Siggy, when you pose this question, Siggy says almost every other building in Dugan's Hole is dirt floors.
Mm-hmm.
Wilbert, though, you give me a insight check. You there, Wilbert? Wilbert.
I'm on it.
Okay. Okay, 16. You know, being in the tundra for so long and knowing naturally, trying to avoid avalanches and stuff like that, you feel like these creatures may not be able to get through solid ice of the lake.
but I wouldn't understand what they're saying.
Oh, Vellynne is posing this. Oh, maybe she didn't actually. I don't. Maybe I
think
overspoke here.
I think maybe I would translate and ask, is there a safe place to take these children?
Gotcha. And so you think that these creatures probably would not be able to go through the ice of the lake.
They may not be able to go through the ice. We must kill these things, though. Then their children will be safe. Do wizard things.
Oh, I will, but I do not want to risk innocent lives. Too many have been lost already. And then I'll tell the gargoyles. The lake is just a lake, right? There's no like island on the lake that potentially. No. Okay. How much cold damage would the kids have to deal with if they were out on the lake for a sustained amount of time?
Every hour they would have to take con saves, but they're 10-towners. They're kind of used to the cold.
I'll consult with everyone in the room and ask, do you think it's better to keep the kids here or take them to the lake, bundle them up, and take them there for safekeeping?
What do you think?
Keep them here, I say.
And what does Siggy think?
Siggy says it might be good to get them out of Dodge so that if we have to fight these things, there's going to be no children casualties.
Mm-hmm.
And at that moment, the house starts to shake. Winona, Xerox, from your viewpoint, you can see that the creatures, the mounds, are starting to shake the watchtower's foundation.
I think
I'm so glad we didn't go over there.
Perhaps we should send the children after all.
Yeah, that'll make up my mind. As soon as the house starts shaking, I will grab any blankets, any furs I see in the speaker's room, bundle the kids up, almost like suffocating them like a grandma would, like bundle the child up aggressively.
Sure.
I'm like shoving more furs at them, anything I can give them to stay warm, and I'll like shove them towards the gargoyle. Like, she's not being nice to these kids. She's totally like manhandling them, giving them to the gargoyles. Like, go, take them.
Sure.
Take them now.
Okay, so Vellynne's gargoyles will take the kids, and they say they'll help the other kids if they would like, as well.
Yes.
The other
and
roof.
I'll whisper a message to Winona to say, dress the children warm and have them ready on the roof.
Okay. So.
Yeah, we'll do our best. And I guess I take off like whatever I can, and like try and like wrap up.
So the gargoyles fly out. They're pretty strong. They can hold all the kids. So some of them vary. Two of them, one gargoyle takes 2, gurgle takes 3, the lighter ones. They fly over, grab those kids, and they start to fly, but they don't fly in the direction of the lake. They start to fly to the west, and in between the 20 stones of Thrun, they actually drop the kids from about 10 or 15 feet, and then they drop down to the ground, and you lose sight of them at that point because you can't see from your vantage point. But you hear the kids yelling, "Help! Help!" And the 2 mounds start to head in that direction.
Ellen will curse aggressively. You wouldn't think an old lady could talk like this, but it's happening.
I like jump down onto the ground.
Okay.
Sword in hand.
Sure.
Yeah, I do the same.
Okay.
So
you start to head towards the 20 stones, right?
Yeah.
Okay, great. All right. So, heading to the 20 stones, your footsteps and sounds that you're making actually may divert the creatures because they are starting to turn back and head towards the group. So one of them heads towards the group. The other one continues on towards the kids, continuing down Main Street.
I like charge right after it. Like,
okay,
as
so you're
it's like coming towards.
Yeah, you're charging after it. Okay.
I say to Vellynne, give me some dynamite, give me some explosives.
I'll pass him explosives. I'll say, I assume you have a tinderbox?
Yeah.
I'll pass him a pair of explosives, and I'll probably give Siggy the other pair, and I'll keep the last pair. There were 6, right, total?
There were 6, but the owl's still coming back with the last 2.
Okay. So I'll give a pair to Siggy, prepare to Bert, and I will wait for I'll have the owl catch up to me.
Yep, and Xerox and Winona, there's 2 between the 2 of you as well.
Yeah, I have them.
You have them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he has.
Okay. All right.
I
So
did not give any of them to Winona because she keeps hearing voices in her head.
I did
it's
have one in like tiles.
you have
But
what?
yeah, I give it to him.
I didn't hear that last part, Joey. What'd you say?
I wrapped one in roof tiles.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. All right.
I'm going to briefly stop and grab a torch and light it, so I have a lit torch.
Okay. So you carry the torch and the dynamite in your hands, and you head out into the main street. Winona, you're charging at the mound coming towards you, so it's coming from this direction. It's doubled back to get the group. We're going to go into initiative at this point, so why don't we have Vellynne roll the initiative for the group this time?
Yeah.
I rolled an 11.
Sure.
A 13. I rolled an 11. So, group, you get to go first. So this mound is approaching you.
I'm going to back off a couple of steps so somebody's in front of me. And I'm going to get ready to toss the first explosive if they get grabbed.
Okay, it looks like I know Joey just moved Winona, but Winona was charging out in front, correct?
Oh yeah, I thought they were moving this way. My bad.
The creature is coming from this way, yes.
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like charging.
Okay. So, the creature goes 60 feet towards you, full speed ahead, and it's going to actually leap out of the ground. So you see the entirety of it again. And this time, it's going to use its snake-like appendages to grab onto you. What's your armor class?
Can I do my action?
Oh,
My
yes. Yeah,
reserve.
go ahead. Mhm.
I'm going to shout out, "Goat ball, bastard!" And I'm going to throw the explosive right at its mouth real fast.
Go ahead. You can give me a strength thrown weapon attack. I assume you want strength.
Yeah.
Yeah.
20.
Okay, excellent. How long was the line on this one? How many rounds?
Like real short.
Okay, real short. Okay, great. So you throw it at the thing, and it blows up kind of on contact. Unfortunately, Winona, you're also within the blast sphere here. You're gonna roll me 3d10 damage, Andrew.
I get to roll it, right? Yeah.
Wonderful.
It says roll in the dice. Here we go. Oh, 11.
11. So Joey, you're also going to take. You can give me a dexterity saving throw to take half of it.
Cool. Let's see. Yeah. I don't think I passed.
You don't pass. So you're going to take 11 damage on this, and the DC to pass it, I believe, is 13. So yeah, 12. Yep. So you're going to take half the damage. 11 full damage. This thing, because it's so loud, as well as fiery explosion on it, it's going to actually do double damage. So it's going to take 22. Okay. So far, this creature has taken 19 from you earlier, which is going to be, what is that? 20, so 41 damage in total. All right. We go to the creature's turn. It's going to try to grab Joey. What's your AC, Joey?
16.
Okay, so it's going to miss with its tentacles, although it actually gets 2 attacks. The second one is going to get a total of 23.
I think that hits.
Yeah, that will hit.
I'm gonna use my reaction to parry. Immediately attack.
Oh, okay. What's the rules for that? Is that one of your Battlemaster abilities?
Yeah, it's one of my superiority dice.
Okay, what's the... it has to hit you first?
Yeah, it has to hit me first.
Okay. Go for it.
Sorry. It reduces. It doesn't increase my AC. It reduces the damage taken.
Ah, got you. Well, then you might want to wait, because this actually doesn't hurt you. It's now grappled. You are grappled with it. You have disadvantage on strength checks and strength saving throws, and it is going to use its final action to reel you in. So it's going to pull you now within. You're right in next to it. All right. Okay. And it's going to try to bite you. Sorry, I said final action, but it basically does 2 tentacle attacks. It can use a special action called reel, and then it's going to try to bite you.
Good. Do it.
All right. A nat 1, though. So perhaps the dynamite explosion has thrown off its equilibrium.
I like kicking it in the face as it's like grabbing me. I'm like,
Yeah, you're just
"Wow."
trying to not get devoured at this point. All right, group, you're up.
I wanna stab it right in the eye.
Go for it.
Yeah, +5.
Oh,
Yes.
nice. Nat 20. So what's your damage here?
Crit.
All right, so D8 +8.
Yep.
+3. So 5
13?
+8. That's 13 damage.
Okay, this thing is bloodied.
Okay. I can't. Okay. Yeah, I guess that's it, right?
Yeah, that's your turn. Yep.
I can't use my movement to escape a grapple, can I?
No, it's an action to do so.
Okay.
All right, we go to the group, Vellynne or Xerox.
Ladies first.
Does lighting the dynamite and throwing it count as 2 actions, or
All in the
one?
same action.
All in the same action. How far is the creature from me?
It's
I
within
suppose-
within range to throw, and movement wise, you can get there in 1 turn.
Okay, so I'm scared I'm gonna hit Joey if I throw it.
You
Don't
most
worry about
definitely
that.
will hit Joey.
That'll be alright. You'll be fine.
I'm gonna not do that, and instead I'm gonna try one of my wizard things that Bert keeps wanting me to do.
Yeah, do them wizard things.
I don't know if this will work. We'll see. I don't know if this will work on this type of creature, but I'm going to stand there and cast light on the creature. So, if it works, it should be 8d8 necrotic damage.
Say
I
it
don't
again.
know
What are you
what-
going to do?
I'm going to cast Blight. It's one of my 4th level spells.
Okay. All right.
Saving throw or an attack?
Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Or
Gotcha.
half damage on it successful.
It's going to fail that con check.
Gonna fail, so okay.
So what's the total damage? Woohoo!
What the hell? What?
8d8. Alright, don't mess with Vellynne.
She'll look over as she casts that like dark necrotic energy, and it obviously does a lot of damage. She'll look over to Bert and like raise her eyebrow, like, "Yeah, you see me doing wizard things.
Fantastic.
Are you entertained?"
I go to the bathroom and I come back and I'm just like, all right, well, it's like 100 dice being rolled. Like, what happened?
Wow.
Someone
So
dead? Am I dead?
that was an excellent roll as well. Nothing below a 3, and almost everything a 4 or 5 or higher.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Wow. Well, Vellynne, you kill this creature. You suck the rest of the life out of it with the necrotic energy, and it slumps to the floor. Joey, your Winona's released from the tentacles.
I'm like astonished. I'm like, what? It just
Yeah.
melts in front of me.
Yeah. So there's this like steaming husk, blackened husk in
I'm
front of
gonna
you all.
shout, leg it, guys, to the circle now!
All right. So we
Stop.
head to the circle. So move yourselves down to the 20 stones of Thrun. Okay. So
And I'm like, Jesus Christ! I started here, and now
yeah, so the kids, Allie has coordinated and got all the kids up onto one of these stones in the circular area, not the middle one. but all the kids are on a variety of different stones. The gargoyles are not to be seen here.
And I just point to like some disturbed snow, and I'm like, see, that's where I was sleeping. This lady came over and woke me up. I was just sleeping right there.
And when you say that, you see the creature rise up in the snake-like creatures rise up, sensing where you are, and then it starts to dart towards you.
And then I cover my mouth and I go,
I will give you all a turn before it gets to you. It's under the ground, though. You cannot target it.
I'm gonna use my second wind to heal.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm going to prep the explosive so when it comes out, I can jam it right at it.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Vellynne.
pull out.
cast Mage Hand.
Oh, okay, interesting. Vellynne, the stones, they have these weird arcane runes on it. You recognize them. There is a protection warding on these stones. You feel like if you were to give yourself a moment to think about it, to analyze them, you don't know what it's going to do, but you could probably energize those runes.
Could I do some sort of check to see if I
Arcana.
can figure out what it would do?
Arcana.
Check. I will do an Arcana check. Let me pull up my character sheet.
A 14?
Yes.
You feel like it would be some sort of shield-like spell. Something that would protect the inhabitants.
Okay.
All right. Well,
would it take me
this
a-
is like the round getting of it traveling towards you. Xerox, what are you preparing?
I am preparing one of the fire sticks to go off as well. I'm lighting a fuse, a 2-round fuse, so that by the time it gets there and if I throw it, it'll blow up the round that I throw.
Sure. Okay. All right, everybody. Let's roll for initiative. This time, let's go with Wilbert.
Okay, got it.
I got a 12.
No, 10.
Okay. So, roughly, is the order similar to the tokens? Like, who's in front and who's in back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So this thing is actually going to spring up right in the center of all of you, pushing you each back 5 feet diagonally away from each other. Although this is not map-wise accurate. It's just going to push you away from it. It is going to grab onto Xerox. Actually, I'll determine it randomly because it doesn't really care. 1 for Vellynne, 2 for Xerox, 3 for Wilbert, 4 for Winona. 3 for Wilbert. So it's going to try to grab onto you, Wilbert.
I'm going to shove the dynamite right in its mouth.
Okay, you can do that. You can light it and shove it.
Mhm.
It's going to grab you with one of its tendrils, though. So you want to let it go right in front of you?
Can I do a strength check to push away and run away now I've shoved the dynamite in it?
Well, was this a readied action to throw it at it, or no?
Yeah, I was ready to get it with the dynamite.
No, it's going to do it right away. It's not even going to grab you yet. It'll happen before it grabs you. I just happen to roll the attacks. So do me a favor. Roll me the 3d10 damage.
Got it.
Yeah.
22.
Now, unfortunately, I'm going to say that you're going to have to take this damage.
Do I get a deck save?
You do, but it's almost like you're... Right, I would assume it's like you're placing it in its... I don't know. Yeah, give me a deck save. Go ahead. Give me a deck save. Give me a deck save.
I get advantage on deck, so it's 5, so...
Yeah. Okay. So the thing goes off basically as soon as you throw it. Your timing was a little off with lighting the fuse, and it blows up midair. It's going to end up taking... Well, I'll roll for it as well. But it'll take the total of 22. So you're taking 22.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to take... Oh, I think this thing passed. Nope, just failed. So you're going to take 22. It's going to take 22, and that's going to double to 44. Gotcha. Okay. All right. It screams out with the thundering sound of the dynamite, and we go to the rest of its turn. So it grabs you, it reels you in, so you're super close to it, and it's going to bite you.
I want to rage, but I guess I can't rage at this point yet. You rage is a bonus action.
It's a bonus action on your turn, though. I think it's
Yeah.
going to miss you, though. What's your armor class?
16.
Ah, it's going to just get you. All right. So the bite attack does... Oh, you might not be so happy about this. Oh, my God. 20... I think it might be down, right?
I've got 15 left.
Yeah, it's going to do... It's 29 on the roll.
All right.
Plus
So I
4,
go-
so 33.
I go down then.
You go down, yeah.
The
All right.
dynamite.
He threw the
No.
dynamite and it went off. That actually kind of hurt him because it did 22 to him as well. Okay, so Wilbur is in its clutches. It's gnawing on him just like it did Valturg. Group, you're up.
I go, did that guy just blow himself up? That guy just blew himself up.
Did a bit
Well-
damage now.
What do you do? Who's up?
Now that it seems distracted by Bert's unconscious body, I would like to try to focus on the protective spell and see if I can, or the protective charm around the stones, and see if I can activate it.
Yeah. Give me a spell check. So give me your intelligence and proficiency.
So my intelligence is...
Your spell casting, so it's probably, what is it, plus 7 or 6?
I think, yeah, plus 6.
Okay. You're
11.
trying to cast or to energize the runes, but it's not working.
Mhm. Okay.
You almost hear and sense the magic like trying to start up and fail. The runes start to glow, but they kind of fade.
Okay.
All right, we go to and oh, by the way, you need to move kind of towards a rune. Not that this is totally to scale or anything, but you head over to a rune to energize it.
Yes,
Yeah.
I would do that. Far
Okay.
away from the creature, if possible.
This creature is on the outside of the rune, though. So if you're trying to protect what's inside, you would need to be inside of it.
Does it seem like if I put up the protective charm, then it will just protect against the monster, or will anyone who's outside be unprotected?
Anyone who's outside
Okay.
would be unprotected. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So we go to the rest of the group. We got Xerox and Winona.
And at this point, I need to throw the dynamite at the creature that I have lit,
Sure.
ready to go. And I'm like, so sorry, Bert, but I have to throw
That-
Oh
We're not
my
gonna get eaten
God.
anyway.
because like it was lit, ready to go.
It
and
was lit. It
Let's
was
do
lit.
it.
Oh my God.
I can't just keep holding on to this thing.
Oh my God. Throw it, Xerox.
Is it just if I use like my dart throwing?
Yeah. hmm
13. Ooh.
13, huh? Okay, so you're not going to. It's gonna land on top of its like an armored back spine, and it's gonna bounce around and then land on the snow. Give me a 50-50 chance if the snow it diffuses the.
I don't think that's how fuses work.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, it depends if it lands in it or not.
If it lands in the snow, face down, fuse down,
So
it's gonna
odd or even.
odd or even. Sure, you call it.
I'll call odd.
Odd for diffusing it.
Yeah.
Okay, roll it.
I'm just gonna roll a d2.
Sure.
Wait, there's a D2?
So it lands in the snow, Xerox, and it does not blow up. It gets the snow melts a little bit so that the fuse is no longer burning. You see it though, like, cinematically, your eyes pan like right to it, and you see the fuse go in the snow. May just save Wilbert's life. Winona, unless you have a bonus action, Xerox.
As a bonus action, I will cast Zephyr Strike on myself.
Okay.
So I have that now going.
Okay, so Zephyr Strike has been cast. Winona, what are you doing?
Can I trip it?
No. No. Joey's like looking through his Battle Master list. He's like, can I disarm it?
Try and knock it.
Alright, I run up to it, and I as a bonus action, I use Feint. That gives me advantage on my next attack roll. And if I hit with that, I do an extra D8.
Okay, roll your attack. See if Joey can continue rolling hot here.
Here we go. Wait, did it happen?
It's rolling, yeah. A 17. That hits.
Hey.
So you do an extra D8 damage here?
Yeah, an extra D8 plus 5.
Alright, so
11 damage.
plus another D8, you said, right?
Oh yeah, plus another D8.
Yeah.
So 11 plus 1.
Well, still. 12
Oh,
is
man.
better. Alright.
Gotta even that out.
This thing is bloodied. We go to, that's the end of the round, everybody. Roll another initiative. Xerox, roll it. I got a 1.
Oh,
Xerox, you win. Alright. Group?
I would like to go first, if that's possible.
Sure.
If anyone else has something. Oh. All right.
Does anyone have any healing?
I have a healer's kit. I can stabilize you. But all right. So I'm going to throw another. I'm gonna just try and throw a regular dart at it again.
Okay.
I think this will hit. It's not gonna hit.
It does not hit. Not with a 13.
I
Vellynne, your owl is in the distance. You see it carrying 2 more sticks of dynamite.
really need this dart to hit.
Okay. Great. How far is the owl?
It's still a ways off. It's going to take another round for it to get here.
Okay. I had cast Mage Hand before in preparation. Is that still going? Or
Yeah.
did that stop when I started concentrating on?
No, it's fine. Yep.
It's gone. Okay.
So what do you want to do with Mage Hand?
I will give it some sticks of dynamite and try to get it
Ooh.
to not like kill it on contact, but like shove it down its throat so it blows up in a
Sure.
more contained way inside of
Oh,
it.
I'm sorry though. It's actually the thing's turn because Xerox just went, right?
Okay. So I'll just go
Yeah.
next if possible.
Okay, well, everyone, the creature is going to burrow underground, and it has an ability so that it does not take attacks of opportunity when it reburrows. So it's going to go underground with Wilbert's body.
No.
No, Wilbur, we knew you so well.
So, Wilbert, you're being dragged underneath, and during its turn, it's going to try to devour you again. That's going to be a death saving throw failure. So, let me see if it crits you by accident. No. Actually, wait. Isn't every attack when you're under... when you're
Yeah,
unconscious
it's 2
a crit?
failures.
So you have 2 failures.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay, so it drags you underneath. You are now going under the snow. All right, under the ground, actually, I should say.
Oh my
All right.
God.
Group, this thing has disappeared.
In that case, now that I did see it disappear, I'm going to try to cast the protective charm again.
Okay, go
so I can
for
at
it.
least protect
Yep.
the kids.
Yep. If it's easier to do an Arcana check, just do that because I think it's the same modifiers. Okay, so Vellynne, after studying this thing for a few rounds, you are able to cast this protective aura around the stones. All the stones, and energy ties and binds them together, and then kind of envelops the top with the center stone. All the kids see this like force field basically come over them, and now it looks to me like, well, Xerox, would you have told him to get in, him and Winona to get in?
I think so. If I had seen
Yeah.
that it was working, I don't know if there was like a lag time, but if I saw that it was working, I would have maybe told them to like run.
Yeah. You tell them to rush in. So Xerox and
I don't rush in.
So
okay, I just saw the chat
That's
there,
a line.
CJ. The Everard family is the least lucky family in the 10 towns. Yeah. So, Xerox and Winona, if you would like to, you see this force field enveloping the stones, and Vellynne is telling you to come in.
Yeah, if I can get over.
Yeah, you can get in. You can get in. All right.
So
So,
I got Zephyr Strike. I move really fast now.
I'm actually
Right.
gonna try and like chase after this creature that drags.
are you going to be like Kevin Bacon right now?
Yes.
Just run.
Give me the dynamite.
Do you have dynamite?
No.
Oh, but the force field closes, and your owl is still out there with 2 sticks.
So I would whisper a message to the owl or communicate with it to drop the sticks by Winona.
So Winona, from above, 2 sticks of dynamite fall into your hands, and you're like, oh my god!
Like if I didn't catch these, I would be dead.
Yeah. Wilbert, give me a death save.
No.
Could be.
I pass.
You pass. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. So this thing's got you in its clutches here. Wilbert, you're unconscious, unfortunately, but the creature is still maneuvering through the snow here. So we're gonna go to the group. We're gonna roll a new initiative for this round. This time, Winona, roll it for me.
Damn.
All right. So you won the roll off, Joey. So you have 2 sticks of dynamite in your hand. You can hear this thing burrowing. It's gonna be rising very soon.
Do my best to like take out like my tinderbox and like light it, but like how fast could I do possibly?
I would say it's in action to do this. But you know what? Because you want to do it quickly and it's kind of nerve-wracking right now, I need you to give me a dexterity check to see if you can, like, not shaky-handedly do this.
Can I take a acrobatics? Or
I'm
I guess
going to say
sleight of
straight dexterity because it's not really an acrobatic thing, I would think.
hand?
You're not doing a cartwheel here.
All right, so
Straight dexterity.
boop. First one, whichever it is.
20.
Okay.
20.
All right, a 20. So, Joey, Winona grabs out her tinderbox, starts lighting it, and it's
Like,
at first it's a
I'll
little
light
shaky.
off, like a piece of like the fuse, and I like light it like really short.
Okay, so 1 round basically, right? So you're gonna throw it when this thing resurfaces.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, come on, you son.
So the creature resurfaces, Joey, right here, right outside the. Actually, really briefly, to know that this works, you hear almost like resonating force sound, like a boom, like where the force field has rejected the creature from coming up on the ground, and then it maneuvers to Winona before springing up and trying to devour you. It opens its mouth wide. Winona, here we go. This is a big roll.
Want to throw it?
I'll throw it.
Alright. D20, the dex? Or...
Yep. It's a range attack, Joe.
Hey.
What bonuses do you have here?
So if it's a throwing weapon, is that
It is.
strength?
You can use strength.
Strength or dex.
Can I prefer dex?
Yeah.
You can do whatever you want. It's
So then
either or.
I rolled a 19.
Joey, its AC is a 17. You throw it right in the gullet. You see Wilbert, though, hanging on by the side of the mouth. It's like dragging his body along under the ground. It's gonna explode. It's gonna do 3d10 damage times 2. Roll your damage.
Oh, that's so
You got
hard.
it right in the mouth.
That's what I was trying to do. That's what I wanted to do.
So 32 total.
That's going to be enough to destroy this thing. It's going to explode, and all of the pieces are going to fly, rain down. Luckily, you're all in the force field, and literally they're raining pieces of this creature on top of the force field as they trickle down the side. Unfortunately, though, Wilbert, that is your last death save. You are obliterated into pieces here.
Does that count as a failure? Because it's not. I have a 38 starting hit points. But it
This
counts
is
as being hit while down.
it's being hit while unconscious. Yeah,
Never mind.
I'm sorry about that, but that is the end of that creature. It is blown to smithereens. The pieces are still raining down. Xerox and Vellynne, what do you do?
Just watch and go. Oh, that was so cool.
Joey, what do you say? What'd you say as you killed it?
Wait, me?
Yeah, what did you said you said something when you threw it at it?
Wait, isn't there like a line in Tremors where it's like, come on, you son of a bitch?
Yeah,
Like-
yeah. Yes. All
What's
right,
the-
everybody.
What's the line
So-
from Jaws?
But yeah, wait, that's Jaws. I'm not.
No, no.
It's a completely different movie.
No, Kevin Bacon. Are they really though that different?
Wait, okay. Like I see what your point is, but they really are different movies.
They are different movies. I'm kidding, but yes, Kevin Bacon yells something like that at the end. He does. He does.
It's the Jaws is smile, you son of a bitch.
That's it. Yeah.
When he's shot there.
All right. So everyone, we're going to close it out here. You can discuss what you'd like to do now. Siggy arrives at the force field portal, seeing the creature blown up, all of its pieces everywhere, and she says, "It looks like the dynamite did the trick."
It did. A lot of help you were. Clearly that Siggy did not help them in this fight.
She just hid.
She says, actually, those gargoyles came back, and I had to fend them off myself.
Did they now? Did they attack you?
Yeah, she actually does look bloodied and kind of battered a little bit.
Okay, I'm gonna have a little talk with my friend Avarice next time I see her.
Some friend.
Vellynne's pissed. She is like fully not even controlling like her tremor that she has. It is fully unleashed. Like you can see how like racked her body is by these tremors, and she looks pissed.
Some tremors. Nice nice little segue there.
I like put a hand on my shoulder and be like, done. The kids are safe.
The kids are safe,
Save
and they
the day.
thank you.
I say it's like I'm like covered in like guts and shit.
As
They still.
Bert's head like lands next to you.
Like save the day.
Bert.
Bert is blown to pieces. I don't think there's even a head to see that's left.
Listen, if you want to know, this girl blew up one of the people. If you're looking for a murderer, that one
Right here.
Siggy says that for your efforts, she will not pursue any legal action towards Xerox, and it's clear that these things killed Edgar Dermot.
Oh, that's yes, yes, they did. Certainly was not me.
Well, Wilbert, Andrew, I should say, any last words on Wilbert?
I'm gonna blame Avarice for this. There's gonna be comeback.
Oh, there's going to be a lot of blowback on Avarice for a lot of things, so don't worry. I'm sure this will.
Vellynne's
And,
not gonna forget this easily.
No.
She's mad at herself for like trusting Avarice in a moment of desperation, but she's mostly pissed at
Yeah.
Avarice, and this will.
Well, Vellynne, is there anything you'd like to offer the group, Xerox and Winona?
Unless there's something that I'm forgetting about that you told me I should tell them. I don't think Vellynne would be very talkative at this point. Like she just lost 3 of her.
Well,
Cool.
remember, don't lose sight of your of your mission here. You're headed somewhere.
Yes. Yeah, you're right. I forgot about that. I had that in my notes. So, Vellynne is quite, not like distraught, she's just pissed. Like, she lost 2 or 3 of her companions. This was a messy kind of ending. She trusted Avarice for some dumb reason, and that did not pay off well. But she's happy that this ended in a success, and she will say to the remaining group, not Siggy, but to Xerox and Winona, like, it is unfortunate that we met under these circumstances, but I'm glad that, we were able to fight together despite our seeming differences. If you don't have any plans in the near future, I would invite you to come with me and explore something that I think may be going on in the mountains. I think I may know the source of these creatures, where they came from, and I would appreciate some help. As you can see, I'm not in my peak form, and I do not think I can do it alone, but I think we fight well together.
I'd like to point out that your raised from the dead kobolds are no longer with you, so you may need some more raised from the dead companions.
Wink, wink, nudge.
Can I raise someone from the dead if they're in a million pieces? No.
I don't know. I'm
I
gonna
know.
look.
Let's look
Just
at
jam that
anime.
head back on. Jam the head back on, give it a twist.
Anime dead.
Revivify probably doesn't work at this point.
It wouldn't be animate dead, right? Because that one only lasts a certain time. It would be something more powerful.
It would have to be revivify and like really quickly, but I don't know about being
Yeah.
Really quickly.
Yeah. I mean, I think if she could, she would, because she's done it before. She's a necromancer, but I don't know if it's possible. Bob, what do you
Alright.
think?
She ain't got no wizard tricks.
So Revivify just says that. Oh well. First off, it says it cannot restore missing body parts. So
Like a head.
your body is all
Just
apart.
talking head.
So I guess she could raise like your eyeball or whatever, but the rest of it is not going to happen. So,
Yeah.
and it's within the last minute.
Yeah.
I have a feeling, Andrew, short of a wish spell, there's no way that Bert could come back here. I think this is just a lost cause. Another Everard. What's the Everard family name?
Oh,
It is something. There's a name.
give me
I-
2 seconds, I'll tell you. Come back to me.
Okay, we'll come back to you afterwards.
Yeah, I say to like Vellynne, like, yeah, like you seem to be able to handle yourself, and to be honest, anything I'd much rather be anywhere than here. Also, the mind flayers seem to be a horrifying threat. Whatever you know that can help stop this, I'm all in.
Yes.
Like,
Well,
look.
there was. Okay.
I would love to help you out. I'm trying to get south myself right now. But I've seen the company you keep. I don't know, those kobolds. Like, does it have to come with us?
They do. Non-negotiable.
Just keep them away from me. And I guess you probably need more help. So I guess I can help you out.
You can handle
gonna need-
yourself quite well. I'm sure you can stay away from my kobolds if they make you.
You're gonna need a lot of help if kobolds are the best you could get before hanging out with me.
Kobolds and goblins. This is where my life has left me.
Trust me, I don't want to be near the kobolds any more than you do.
So, Vellynne is going to, obviously she extended you the offer to head into the mountains with her. She's looking for perhaps the source of these creatures. She explained to you about the Mind Flayer threat, and that is where the adventure is going to end, with the 3 of you leaving Dugan's Hole to head into the spine of the world to seek out these Mind Flayers. That, everybody, is Tremors on Ice.
Oh.
Oh, nice. Nice one.
So, I will mention a few things. As I said, the artwork for the creature and for Valturg, the store owner, those were created by Chaim Golem. leave the links are down below in the description so that you can check out their art. Really fantastic stuff. I think I showed both on the stream. Really well done, and yeah, so I enjoyed this thoroughly. I thought this was a lot of fun. When did you notice that it was Tremors, Joey? Because we've watched Tremors together. We love that movie. So
we watched it very young.
Yeah, we were young. Yeah.
Yeah, no, pretty much once I saw like Dynamite, I was like,
Yeah.
No, stop it. You didn't know
like,
it once you...
like, I'm not even joking. I was like, Tremors is like has Dynamite in it.
Stop it. You did not.
No. Honestly, no. It hit the back of my mind when I saw the Dynamite, but once there were like, oh, the holes in the ground, I was like,
Yeah, holes in the ground. Yeah. Okay.
I know what you're doing.
Fair enough.
Can I say for me?
Yeah.
When we
go ahead.
ran from the street into the buildings, and we were in some of the buildings, and the other half of the party was in the other building. Now that happens in Tremors, and I was like, "It's Tremors!"
Yep.
It's like we're in different buildings.
Yep.
It's gonna
So
come through the floor.
I had the kids go into different places, so you'd feel obligated to
Mm-hmm.
accompany both groups. But yeah, and Dasha, I'm assuming you haven't seen Tremors because it's much older than you are.
Yeah, I just looked it up. It's 6 years older than I am, and I've never seen it.
It's one of my
1990 movie.
it's one of my top 10 all-time favorite movies. Now you should go watch it and
Yeah.
see the inspiration that we have taken from it.
I know what to do now this weekend to procrastinate on writing my master's thesis.
There you go.
Great.
It's a
Thank
great
you.
way to procrastinate, honestly.
Yeah,
The-
best way.
The
Definitely.
thesis is going to change from whatever the topic was to like underground earthquake, residual
Monster
tremors.
horror.
It's going to be
Exactly. Yeah.
Only
All
watch
right.
the first one though. I think like around Tremors 3, it gets a little weird and they start flying.
All right.
Tremors. Don't watch the Tremors TV show either. Very.
Okay,
Very
Tremors
poor.
1 and then Tremors 4, and that's it.
That's it. Yep. Joey is 100% right.
Oh,
All right,
but-
everybody. So we're going to close out the stream here. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. We're going to be continuing with the Icewind Dale crew, the normal crew, next week on Tuesday at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. All right, everybody. We'll see you on the tabletop. Bye.